to a gunfight. Newcastle might be backed by Saudi billions, but they just can't splurge the cash. Their commercial income isn't there yet. Want to buy world-class talent? Well, PSR says to them, your owner might have the money, but you're not making enough in shirt sales in Asia for that. The Magpies won their first domestic trophy since 1955, qualified for the Champions League, which you'd think would be a great springboard for them to go on and start building a team to challenge at the top. But because of PSR restraints, they couldn't break their wage structure for a new Alexander Isak contract, and look what's happened there. Nottingham Forest tried to invest to survive. They did that, but they got punished anyway. Meanwhile, clubs like Spurs, until last season, hadn't won a trophy in over 18 years, but because they rake in cash from the new stadium, they get a much bigger PSR allowance than a newly promoted club who are just trying to stay up. And let's not forget the loopholes these big boys are exploiting. Chelsea found the trick with those long contracts, selling the women's team. City are masters of related party sponsorships. Etihad this, Etisalat that, all within the rules, and fair play to them for capitalising on those opportunities. But what about the smaller clubs? They don't have that luxury. Now look, financial sustainability matters. Nobody wants another Bury or Morecambe situation. But there's increasing concern that rather than levelling the playing field, the current rules cement the existing hierarchy. So what's the solution? We'll either loosen the reins so ambitious clubs can spend within their means, or cap spending based on something other than revenue. Otherwise, we're just watching the same 6 teams swapping silverware most seasons while the rest play musical chairs for 7th. And that, folks, ain't what the Premier League was built on.
Good morning, you're listening to talkSPORT. It's the Weekend Sports Breakfast. My name's Shebahn Aherne alongside former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
Good morning. Coming up for you today, England are looking to make it 8 wins from 8 in World Cup qualifying after victory against Serbia as they take on Albania.
But the performance itself against a complicated, strong opponent and in a difficult match. They knew everything about us, we knew nothing about them. And they have quality, and they were re-energized from the new coach and well drilled. And we won, we kept a clean sheet. Atmosphere is good, energy is right.
Thomas Tuchel there, and England will go away to Albania. It's live for you on talkSPORT tomorrow evening. There's a massive game. In fact, this is the top story for Scotland tonight as they look to secure automatic qualification to the World Cup. They'll travel to Greece. Ali McCoist is confident, people.
I think we've got a chance, you know, and crazy as it may seem, they gave us a go. I know we ended up winning the game, I think it was 3-1, but and I think we're actually capable of going sitting, you know, been difficult to beat and maybe getting forward.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Please, 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 please. That one kicks off at 7:45. Scotland have to draw to put qualification in their hands against Denmark at Hampden on Tuesday. Plus, Ireland and Wales both have huge games this weekend in their quest to get to the World Cup in 26. We'll review and preview all of the action. Also, what about this? Chris Eubank Jr. meets Conor Benn in their hotly anticipated rematch at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tonight. It's live on talkSPORT, and our Spencer Oliver says family pride is at stake tonight.
It's all about egos, you know, the history of the families, the feuds that go back so many years. And these kids are proud kids. They want victory. Can you imagine? The Benns have never had victory over the Eubanks. How that must eat away at them.
So true. It's live for you tonight. Fight night here on talkSPORT. We're building it up to all day today. And of course, we'll get stuck into all of the big football issues of the week. Is Cristiano Ronaldo putting personal achievement over team success? You can give us a call this morning, 03717 223344, or send us a wee text, 81089. This is the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT.
Bonjour, Mr. Cascarino.
Bonjour, Shebahn.
How are you?
Ça
Good
va?
week? Yeah.
Ça va bien.
Très bien.
Très bien. Nothing?
We're going to go full French.
So why we're doing this?
Yeah, good. I mean Ireland. I know we're going to talk about them later, but what a result in midweek.
So close.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Seeing them beat Portugal, and it was just a hilarious night for many different reasons that we'll go into.
Yeah.
But wow, what a performance. No one. I mean, I do a radio show called Today FM in Ireland and speak about Ireland. And I didn't do the day before, the Wednesday before the game, but I did yesterday and spoke to them. And they'd predicted, all the predictions were how many were Ireland going to lose by.
Yeah. So many
and it was like,
Ronaldo's
wow.
coming to town.
Yeah, and if we get beat 1-0, we've done well. And, it's been a difficult campaign. But my phone pinged more than ever on Thursday night. It was just pinging with messages.
Hopefully from, Ireland?
Well, Ireland, just, people, players who have played with in the Ireland team, and it was just great stuff. It was just something that's so needed, and it's a great reminder to me and all my colleagues that played in the 88 till 90 and 94 World Cup time, which was, the greatest time for Irish football. It was just incredible that they got that sort of result.
Oh, fingers crossed, really.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm absolutely, I can't wait to watch the game and hopefully see that they can get over the line and get a result.
Do you still have your memorabilia? Do you have your old shirts?
Yeah,
and stuff?
I don't have things on display. I've got a photo of the Ireland team, but my caps are in a lock-up and
Tops and stuff, shirts?
Yeah, I've kept some. I've given some away. Some of my sons have taken bits, and club shirts from Marseille, Chelsea. Millwall. I've got 3 children and 3 of them are Chelsea fans. I say 3 of my children of my 7 are Chelsea fans.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. You should dig out the old shirts and wear one tomorrow night while you watch. Go back down memory lane.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that, but
I'll do it. Send me the shirt.
But it was a great evening for Ireland. Really was.
Yeah, no, it was, and all that hope and positivity. And even yesterday here at talkSPORT, even the guys and gals in the office, all England fans and English people were like, "Oh, it'd be great for Ireland to be there because, it's a great story, and the fans will have the crack."
Yeah.
It'll be really good fun. And obviously tonight there's focus on Scotland.
Yes, big focus on Scotland.
Big focus on Wales as well. But England, let's start there, shall we? Back in action tomorrow. They take on Albania. It's going to be live here on talkSPORT as ever.
7 wins out of 7 in this qualification group. They've scored 20 goals in the process.
In all aspects, I'm happy about that because it was a real test. And we won, we kept a clean sheet. Atmosphere is good, energy is right. So
inner and self-belief. Yes, can border on arrogance, but it only comes on arrogance and an issue when you lose games. When we win games, you never hear anything negative about it.
We're happy with the result, 2-0, another win, and still building the momentum, so happy.
Punch clear, O'Reilly back in, staying deflection. Oh, what a goal from Saka. That's a magnificent volley. Just a sensational goal.
So after England defeated Serbia 2-0 at Wembley, including we had a goal from super sub Eberechi Eze, assisted by fellow sub Phil Foden, Thomas Tuchel said he was pleased with the impact that his changes had made on the game.
I think they were straight away there, first of all. They had straight away an impact. We needed more energy. The game was a little bit stuck. And we paid a bit of tribute for the high intensity against the ball. So we had 4 new players straight away because I didn't want to have any other a second and a third interruption of the match. So we decided for 4 changes, new quality. They straight away had an impact. Especially offensively, they had the impact. The match got a little bit stretched suddenly. Our field got a bit stretched. I'm not sure if I like it. I'm not so sure why this was the case. And we had to overcome some difficult moments, but in general, good impact from the bench. Phil assisted, Ebb scored, beautiful goal, so tick the box.
Tuchel also said, Cass, after the game that Foden, Bellingham and Harry Kane can't play together in this system. Is that a bit of a revelation? And also, is it just refreshing knowing exactly what the manager's thinking? He's putting it out there.
Look, there's a lot of stuff that he's learning along the way and who he thinks fits with whoever. Mm-hmm. England have got a luxury and a depth of incredible talented footballers. His problem is a great one, and that is finding the best lineup for England that is going to work. And also, it is a bit in the paper today was really interesting in the Telegraph, which is the bomb squad, which is calling it, which is going to be really vital in America, is when, obviously because of the conditions, the heat, I've played out there, know what it's like. Yeah. It's pretty, from New York to Florida to Dallas, it's really, really hot. If you're in any of these locations, that the changes are going to make an ultimate difference, because you're going to need a bomb squad for players, to come on and have a massive impact in games. Yeah. So he's got challenges. It's finding the right solutions. I think Eze's the big one for me.
As a sub.
Well,
or does he have to start?
There's always one player that knocks the door down before a tournament, who everyone sort of clamours on, and I just look at him and think, I did a report on him start of last season, and I think the only thing that was missing from his game, because he's such a talented lad, he just glides across the pitch, a bit like Cole Palmer glides across. I watched Zidane in his early days glide across a football pitch when I was fortunate enough to play against him, and think how they run so easily and can then switch pace, go into a sprint quite quickly if need be. And Eze's got that. Mm-hmm. But the finishing is the one thing that Crystal Palace fans will tell you this, that he didn't get enough goals. Certainly early part of his career, and at the start of last season. By the end of last season, he was getting goals regularly. And the finish on Thursday night was a guy who absolutely now feels confident about his finishing. Yeah. And with that, Eze becomes a different problem for you. It becomes an even bigger and better one.
Interesting. And do you agree, as a former player yourself, that being the bomb squad is just as important as the starting, or would you not have it in your day? If you're banging in the goals, the manager's saying, no, but I'm bringing you on as a subcast, would you have a problem?
Well, I was brought on as a sub. Me and Noel Quinn was me or Noel. That's how we...
So you accepted your role?
We did, yeah. I was the starter, the main one, for probably the best part of 3 or 4 years. Then Quinny got my place, and then we roomed together, me and Quinny, and we'd say to each other, see you after 60 minutes either way. Either I'm coming off and he's going on. Yeah. Either way. So with me and Quinny, and we got on fine with it. It's different internationally. You have to be selfless in your approach to the team, because if you want to get big results and in major campaigns, you've got to have some sort of unity within the group. It's not like club day in, day out. And England will need a bomb squad and have that luxury, because the games, and people will get leggy. Some people will really suffer. We had Steve Staunton who couldn't breathe when he was playing. We played at midday in Florida at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock midday. It was about 112 degrees. And I remember I was I was injured at that particular game, but I remember looking at Steve Staunton and thinking, he can't breathe. He literally could. You could see he was the colour of Steve. He's white as can be, Steve Staunton, but he was literally. You could watch him and think he's suffering badly with the heat.
Okay.
And there are others will do.
Well, we saw it in the Club World Cup last summer, didn't we? I mean, that was the big test for the World Cup coming up, and a lot of people and fans were affected by it as well. And we know that Thomas Tuchel's been focusing on it hard as well, because 2 camps ago he had them on that tablet. He was giving them a tablet, and then they were on the treadmill, and it was all about endurance and heat and all that kind of stuff. So he's been focusing on that right away. Is there too many number 10s, or like you said, these conditions, he needs them?
Look, Morgan Rogers, Bellingham, Foden, Palmer, Eze. I mean, how many nations can...
No, it's too much.
How many nations can have that much available talent?
It's amazing.
And they are all gifted players, right? All gifted. And you can make an argument for any of them. I think Bellingham is probably the head of the queue because he's got goals in tournaments. He had a big impact in Qatar. I still think he's probably the one that will get that nod. But if someone comes in and like Eze, like he did on Thursday, and it makes Thomas Tuchel think, he's something I've got to think about. Cole Palmer's been injured too much. You've had Foden been out of, form. Morgan Rogers has come in from, the dark really, from Villa, but shown that he can be capable. But it's a long way to go between the summer and now.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Are they even going to be in shape then?
Well, some might be injured. Some might be slightly out of form. He's going to have to find the best way. Look, Harry Kane will play. So it's going to probably be the ones that have played with Harry. Harry's vital to Tuchel. You can tell by the way he talks. Yeah. And that's why I think Bellingham will get the nod, because he's already played with Kane a hell of a lot. And it's fitted. It's worked.
Absolutely. Albania take on England tomorrow, 5 o'clock for you here on talkSPORT. Don't forget, it's Greece versus Scotland tonight, 7:45 kick-off. And also Liechtenstein take on Wales tonight at 5 o'clock. Hungary-Ireland is Sunday night, 7:45. That doesn't mean that people in Ireland are hungry. It's Hungary versus Ireland. If you can let us know this morning who you want to play at number 10, 81089, you can keep us posted on that. Here on talkSPORT, you're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast. On the way next, we're going to speak to an Eastleigh fan soon, heading to Carlisle. Yes, our trips of the week. And we'll build up to all of the internationals coming for you here on talkSPORT.
to North London, Eubank Jr versus Ben on talkSPORT.
Let's get ready to rumble!
This is insane! Never seen anything like this!
The winner by unanimous decision, Chris Eubank!
This is a moment in time that we will never forget.
And the final scene absolutely delivered. We'll catch you next time.
Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino. Do you know this England theme song?
1970.
Well done.
And at 7:15, I'm going to talk about World Cup songs.
Okay.
So we're going to play a good few over the course of the morning, Shebahn. So this was the original. This was the one that started it all. This was 3 weeks at number one.
This got
in
to
1970. 3 weeks. So they went to the Mexico World Cup.
I can't get on board with this tune.
No, it's not particularly good, but it was 3 weeks at number one. But, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll go through a few others.
Yeah, let's do that this morning. You can send us your best themes from World Cups for countries.
There's other countries as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody does their own World Cup song, right?
Yeah, which is... But this one was... It was a starting block. This is when it all sort of started, the songs. And obviously England won in 66,
yeah.
But 1970 was the first one I can remember.
Where did they finish in 1970?
Sorry?
What happened in 1970 with England? When did they go home?
Oh, they got beat in the... Was it semis? I think semis.
By Brazil, apparently.
By Brazil. No. Didn't get
West Germany.
Yeah.
Sam's buzzing me.
West Germany, yeah.
Okay.
As they were then. Yeah. They were leading as well. Bobby Charlton. Like Bobby Charlton. That was the Pele World Cup because Brazil beat Italy in the final 4-1.
Okay. Interesting. You can keep us posted on your World Cup and major tournament theme songs this morning. 8:10.
It must have been quarters England because they wouldn't have got to the semi-final. Yeah.
Sam just says West Germany quarterfinals.
Yeah, quarterfinals it would have been.
Actually, in terms of theme songs, when we were away with the Euros last year, 2 years ago. Was that 2 years ago, Sam?
I know.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know. How crazy is it? It flies so quickly.
Yeah, but the Scotland tunes were banging. I mean, we had some good ones. I mean, not only have we got the best national anthem, but the tunes were unbelievable. And it's a massive night for Scotland tonight. They take on Greece in Athens with automatic qualification still in our hands. Should they claim a point or more tonight, then Tuesday's game against Denmark becomes a winner-takes-all contest. Oh, geez. Should Scotland lose to Greece, who can't make the playoffs tonight, then automatic qualification is almost certainly out of the question. On talkSPORT Breakfast yesterday, Scotland's biggest fan, Gabby Agbon-Lahore, by the way, his mum is Scottish, thinks it would be a massive success for Steve Clarke's side to reach a World Cup.
Like, we was lucky enough to be in the Euros last year, and the Scotland fans were amazing. No trouble, Shebahn, enjoying, partying, having a good time, watching their team. So go to a World Cup. I think that they would have overachieved with that group of players as well to get to a World Cup. It shows how together they are as a team and how well the manager's done.
You would think it'd be an overachievement for Scotland to get to the World Cup.
I mean, with that squad of players...
It's a good squad of players, though.
Yeah, but some of the teams that will probably miss out, that are going to miss out, and that squad of players, I think they're definitely overachieving.
I don't think we're overachieving. I think we're a great squad, and if we put in the right performance and the right shift, we should get there, Cass.
Yeah, I think it'll be via the playoff because obviously Denmark will beat Belarus. I'm not. Look, it's a freebie for you because you've qualified for the playoffs. So you're on a freebie, so you can go away and try and get a result in Greece. And I listened to Ali, and I did see a lot of the first game against Greece at Hampden Park, and it was for an hour. It was literally one-way traffic. Yeah. It was going to be hours. Scotland, how did they end up getting in front in the game? But they've got a lot of great, honest pros. Gilmore, McTominay.
Gilmore's not playing tonight.
No, but I mean, just generally the squad. You know, they've got a lot of good. Tierney, I know he's been injured a lot. Robertson is another one. You know, they've got a lot of good players who just will turn up. And look, I know Gabby was saying there about Scotland and support. You can put that on every home nation. You can go Republic of Ireland, incredible support. Wales, likewise. England, Scotland, Northern Ireland. They've all had incredible support when they go to tournaments. And obviously the Shores, all of the places around, take massive numbers to tournaments. So it's good for Scotland.
Yeah, I mean, I feel mentality will be a huge part to play tonight and on Tuesday night. I mean, the fact that Greece cannot qualify, right? That's right. So Greece are kind of out of the run.
They got 3 points and Scotland are on 10 and Denmark are on 10.
So knowing and believing, go and take advantage of Greece tonight. Just get the 3 points. You know, Steve Clarke said, I mean, we could get a point and still be okay on Tuesday and still get automatic qualification. But to go and win it, to know we're going to win, we're not going to get a point.
You want a freebie? Yeah. You got a free shot here. You got a free shot to go and try and, you know, put as much pressure on Greece as you can. Yeah. That's the ideal situation you want. So Yeah, go for it. I wouldn't look at any different. They've had some, to get themselves in this position and with 2 games to go, of having, already guaranteed qualification to the playoff, been great. Just keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, fingers crossed. 7:45, it all gets underway tonight. We'll keep you posted on the game here on talkSPORT. Ali McCoist is quietly going about his business, feeling confident as well. We're going to hear later on from Scotland and Celtic midfielder Scott Brown, the Ayr manager, on his thoughts and the chances of beating, hopefully, Greece tonight and getting to automatic qualification and what he thinks on that. And here's what's coming up for you on talkSPORT today. After us, as ever, Max and Charlie bring you the warm-up from 10 o'clock through to 1 o'clock, and then Adrian Durham will bring you Game Day live across the day. 1 o'clock, Sam Ellard and Scott Minto will bring you all the biggest sports stories and updates from the latest sport on the Saturday session, well over on talkSPORT 2. We have live commentary from League One of Jack Wilshere's Luton Town take on Rotherham United. That's a 3 o'clock kick-off, and then 7 o'clock we're live at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for full commentary of Eubank Jr versus Connor Ben 2. It's the rematch. It's live for you on talkSPORT. A huge Saturday coming up for you here on the talkSPORT network. And coming up next, we're going to get on the coaches. We're on the roads in the world of non-league football. We'll speak to an Eastleigh fan making a long old journey to north of Carlisle. Morning. Hello, good morning. You're listening to the world's biggest sports radio station. It's Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT with Shebahn Aherne and former Chelsea striker Tony Cascarino. Some of the other headlines this weekend: Slovakia scored an injury time winner to beat Northern Ireland 1-0, but results elsewhere have ensured that Michael O'Neill's side will still have a spot in the 2026 World Cup playoffs. Just another team to get behind. Brilliant. Canada's Felix Auger-Aliassime set up a semi-final with world number one Carlos Alcaraz by beating Germany's Alexander Zverev in the final group match of the ATP finals. And former heavyweight champion boxer, what a shocker this was, Joseph Parker is facing a ban from the sport after testing positive for cocaine ahead of his fight with Fabio Wardley just last month. So he was tested by VADA, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, on the 25th of October. That was the day before the fight. And the adverse finding was discovered on the A sample, and we're still awaiting the result of the B sample, which is likely to determine Parker's fate. talkSPORT boxing presenter Adam Catterall was here yesterday. He explained to Sam Matterface what the punishment may be for the New Zealander.
Incredibly shocking. When any fighter fails a performance-enhancing drug test, it is incredibly shocking and disappointing. And knowing Joseph Parker as we all do here at talkSPORT, with it being him connected to this, it's even more shocking. There is a procedure to follow. Obviously, the first test is the A sample. Joseph Parker has the right to have the B sample open. For people that don't know too much about that, it is basically the same urine, just in two different pots to try and prevent contamination. That is a possibility at this particular stage. But once that B sample is opened, I mean, I can't think of too many that have come back that are contrary to the A sample testing. And then there will be a procedure to follow off the back of that.
talkSPORT's Adam Catterall there. We can't add too much, Cass, but another shocker, right? Another shocker from the sport. This came as a huge surprise.
Yeah, recreational drug. You never know until the B sample comes back. I've met Joseph Parker. He came into talkSPORT many moons ago. I think I met him a couple of times along the way. And you'd think he was the most, nicest guy, really easygoing. Hopefully it's a mistake and he can get past, and get boxing again. But if he's found guilty, he'll suffer heavy consequences, which has to be the way. You can't, you just can't have drugs in sport.
No, I mean, even some of our experts yesterday saying, like, of a list of boxers, a long list of boxers, you just wouldn't expect that.
No.
From him.
Do they, we're saying this really simplistic way of looking at it, but surely, why don't they test themselves to see before the fight? If they did it a week before the fight, surely that would be enough time to see the sample when it came back to see because
apparently in the week up to the fight he was surrounded by his family.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
nothing makes sense around all this sort of stuff to me.
Like, say, we're waiting on the B sample to come back.
Yeah,
but I just think it's another horrid look.
Yeah,
you You just kind of want your athletes to be clean.
Yeah, it's very hard because of the obvious reasons of power and money that gets promoted into sport, which
Is
are
there
huge
a lifestyle
sums.
thing involved?
And so, but this is a recreational drug, which is, so this is what, if he's found guilty, that's what he's been doing prior to a fight. It doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't. And it's so disappointing. Really disappointing.
You'd put so much at risk for that. I don't get it.
Me neither.
No,
Me neither. But we don't know for sure.
But yeah, look,
posted on that.
until we know the full outcome, yeah.
Yeah, speaking, by the way, of boxing, the big fight, the rematch takes place tonight. Chris Jr and Conor Benn, the rematch, live for you here on talkSPORT. You can get more of our content on the boxing over on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. And it's time now for this. We're on the road, baby. Strap in for an early journey. Despite it being International Week, we've still got plenty of domestic football this weekend, including in the National League. All fixtures are kicking off at 3:03 this afternoon, and this is to support the 3 Up, 3 Down campaign, with fans and clubs backing the idea that 3 clubs should be relegated and promoted from League 2 and the National League to line up with the rest of the EFL. So 3:03 kickoffs this afternoon.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, I think there should be more promotion. This one club getting promoted, just the pyramids of football. Just follow it.
Absolutely, and everybody aligning for it as well is brilliant.
I think it'd bring a lot more excitement into the lower leagues as well.
Should do. I agree. Do you know that? I mean, again, story for another time. But the women's format's changing next season. Well, as of next season, we're going to see 2 drop from the WSL. There's going to be a playoff for 3 going up.
Right.
Thank God for that. Much better. The National League deserves that as well. One of the games today, Eastleigh 13th in the National League, travelling all the way up to league leaders Carlisle this afternoon. That's a round trip of 656 miles. Holy moly. One of the fans on the coach up to Burton Park is Eastleigh fan Ivan Smith. Good morning, Ivan.
Ivan.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm not too bad. And do you know what? I didn't even realise how many miles it was.
Mate, it's long.
you will by tomorrow, Ivan.
Yeah.
Tell us, Ivan. Carlisle, you're going to the team. Tell us how your season. I'm going to see you're mid-table, obviously, taking on Carlisle at top. So a real challenging journey. And tell us about the season of Eastleigh.
Well, it's just same old, to be fair. Same as last season, the season before. But I think expectations of fans is a bit high because, to be fair, we got 14 ex-league teams in our league, and I think we're about where we should be. The problem is we have difficulty signing players permanently because, to be fair, we're in a town of 140,000 people. We get on average 2,000 fans at home games. So all in all, we're not really too bad. Unfortunately, we do suffer injuries and we don't have a big squad. So all in all, we're probably right where we should be, to be fair.
It's the way you say it. Tell us how long you've been a season ticket holder for, Ivan.
I've only been a season ticket holder for 2 seasons.
Oh.
I moved into the area. I won't say who I am a fan of because they're in the Premiership, but it's a nice club. All the fans, they're all friendly. To be fair, it's good. It's good football. We've got no VAR, which is a bonus.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good. All good camaraderie between the fans. The coach trips are all good. We have a good laugh.
That's pretty. Ivan, that's pretty rapid. So you've gone from supporting another club, moving to a new area. Within 2 years, you're going away games to Carlisle. That's quite a jump.
I love it.
Obviously love it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And at the end of the day, football, it should be the same from top to bottom, shouldn't it? You just obviously have different standards. It's a simple game that anyone can play, really. You just have different levels, isn't it?
Yeah, and as long as you love it, that's the main thing. And you
exactly right.
And you go with somebody you love, right? Your partner, I believe, has a season ticket with you.
Yeah, she is, but she's not managed to go today because
she's got her senses.
She's got to look after the dog.
Oh, the dogs here. They don't have cause some drama, do they, when it comes to two people in a relationship going somewhere? Take the dog with you next time.
No, well, I don't think the dogs are allowed on the coach.
Oh, fair.
Oh.
Yeah, we got, I think it's 30, 31, 32 on the coach today, which is good. It's good. I think we've got about 100 fans going today. So we'll be singing a lot up there.
Where are you now? Are you at a petrol station just now? Where are you just now?
Yeah. We're having to swap over for two drivers.
Fair enough.
Because they can only do a certain amount of miles.
Well, Ivan, fair play to you. Give us a big cheer with the group that you're with. Go on, get them up and at it this morning.
Hang on a minute.
Rally the troops. Rally the troops on top. Oh, he's getting back on the coach. It's a short distance.
I'll get back on the coach. We're going to get them all to Raw. Yeah.
Morning, everyone. Oh, if you're watching on the smart TV, you'll see all the troops. Bye, guys. Have a great day today. Good luck on your journey, Ivan. We appreciate your time.
No, fine. No worries at all. Anytime.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Cheers, Ivan. Bye-bye.
Ivan there, the Eastleigh fan, 656-mile round trip.
By the way,
this morning.
I wanted to ask him because I'd written down he's a Chelsea fan. I just got that sixth sense.
Why?
I don't know. I just fancy it when he said because some fans of certain clubs don't like to admit that they follow Premier League teams.
Yeah, till it makes you happy. Who cares what people think?
Yeah, he said I don't want to admit, but I think he's a Chelsea fan.
You too.
Sounds like a Chelsea.
Sam, give him a buzz. See if he's a Chelsea fan. See if we can. I don't know. I kind of thought I was thinking Brighton for some reason. He's an Arsenal fan.
Oh, is he? Oh,
you're a disgrace, Ivan.
I got that one.
He's still with us.
Oh, he's Arsenal fan this season.
We've rumbled you, Ivan. He's probably trying to find another happy point for when Arsenal.
Well, maybe because they're top of the league and you don't.
You can't get. Yeah. I find myself speaking to Arsenal fans who just don't want to get happy about it just yet, just in case. Ivan there, the Eastleigh fan. Fair play if you're out at this time in the morning heading to one of the games. You can keep us posted where you're going. 81089 is the text number to get in touch with the studio this morning. We're keeping you across all of the football today. There you go. It's time now for our competition. Listen up for a little bit of this. I feel like Santa Claus when I'm working here now. All we do is
giving out money all the time.
Brilliant gifts all of the time. This is all thanks to our friends Cass at Virgin Atlantic. So we're giving you, our lovely listeners, and a friend the chance to win the ultimate trip of a lifetime to Vegas, baby. You've been to Vegas a number of times.
Yeah, just a few. I had some great times there.
I went to Vegas for 14 days with the girls. 14 days with the girls.
Oh, you can't do 14. That's mad.
Oh, we did it.
Five is the max.
So we did one day on, one day off. We all just sat in the room in the night time and just ate rubbish.
So what was you doing? Theatre or the shows and the
beach
clubs?
Parties.
Well, the afternoon ones were crazy.
We did the pool parties.
Yeah, the pool parties were crazy.
We saw Calvin Harris. We saw Tiesto. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Man, I was so much younger then. Those were the days. We've got you the chance to go to Las Vegas. You and a friend. You kick things off in style with exclusive access to the Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse in Heathrow. Oh, that's one way to start. Then you'll fly upper class and comfort. We didn't do that. We took about 10 connecting flights, and you can get lie flat beds and premium service all the way to Las Vegas. And just to get you on your merry way, we're going to send you to one of the games as well. Las Vegas Raiders take on Kansas, and £5,000 cash to play with while you're there. So clear your calendar. This is from the 2nd to the 7th of January. We're giving you the chance to win this, and it could be the best start to the new year. Good luck. Here's how you can get involved.
21 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rate. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across talkSPORT, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Good luck to you. On the last day of our trip to Vegas, we went to stand at the Bellagio fountains, and I think I was so hanging that I started crying at how beautiful they were.
Yeah, that's some of the
so
stuff is
emotional.
going there though. It's been changing a bit.
Changing a bit.
And it's become incredibly expensive.
That's why we're going to give you £5,000.
That's why you need £5,000 for the first day.
That's it. We have you covered, my people. Coming up next on the Weekend Sports Breakfast, we'll get into today's back pages. Morning to you.
to North London, Eubank Jr versus Ben on talkSPORT.
Let's get ready to rumble! This is insane! Never seen anything like this! The winner by unanimous decision, Chris Eubank!
This is a moment in time that we will never forget.
And the final scene, absolutely delivered. We'll catch you next time.
Good morning, this is Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Celtic striker Tony Cascarino. Slovakia scored an injury time winner to beat Northern Ireland 1-0, but it has ensured that Michael O'Neill's side will still have a playoff spot for the 2026 World Cup playoffs. One of the joint administrators for Sheffield Wednesday says wages can be paid on time for November and December after fans ended their boycott of the club. Good news. Chris Wigfield, managing partner at Begbie's Trainer, confirmed cash flow had increased to meet short-term costs thanks to the efforts of Wednesday supporters in buying match tickets and merchandise. Oh, sorry, that's me. And it's time to get an update on the Autumn Nations Rugby. There's lots going on today. It's going to be a good one. We're all in partnership with Tenor Men.
Autumn Internationals update on talkSPORT with Tenor Men. Tackling the taboo of male urine leakage head on. Find out more at tenormen.co.uk.
So with everything coming up today in the Autumn Internationals, here's talkSPORT's hard man, Alfie Reynolds, with all you need to know.
England's match against New Zealand is the biggest of their November campaign. And ahead of the game, there is an expectation that they get a rare victory against the All Blacks. 12 months ago, they lost the game narrowly. So the question is, have they learnt since that day? Well, the fly half George Ford told me this week that both sides have changed a lot in the last 12 months.
Yeah, well, I suppose because of New Zealand, the opposition, they look back to 12 months ago, don't they? But I think there's a lot happened between then and now. Like there's lads have been on Lions tours, we've been to Argentina, we've been involved in tight test matches, we've won tight test matches, we've found different ways to win. As of them, they've played a lot of rugby together, they played a full rugby championship, and so I think the teams are probably in a different position than they were 12 months ago.
Well, England have only beaten New Zealand 8 times in their history, but Steve Borthwick's side comes into this weekend on a 9-game winning streak. That includes good victories over France and Argentina, but they haven't beaten the All Blacks since the 2019 World Cup semi-final. Following wins over Australia and Fiji over the last few weeks, though, Captain Maro Itoje has told me they're building nicely for the challenge that faces them.
I think we're progressing well. I think we're building. I think there's a sense of us getting things right and us going in the right direction. So I think we're incredibly excited.
The usual line in elite sport, but when the All Blacks come to town, that's simply not the case, as the England fullback Freddie Stewart was explaining to me this week.
It would be the cop-out, I suppose, to be like, oh, it's another week and it's the same as the other games, but it's not. You know, New Zealand are coming to the Allianz, and for us that is an incredible challenge, and for the fans, for our families, for us, it's a massive game.
So it's England against New Zealand. What an encounter we could have in store.
Alfie Reynolds there, thank you very much. It is. It's an absolute cracker, this game, and the form that England have been on, outstanding. The growth you've seen from a number of the players as well in the Summer on the Lions tour. Cass, England, New Zealand, it's bucket list for a lot of fans as well.
Yeah, it is.
Get to a game like that, right?
Yeah, New Zealand always are the pinnacle, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
They always are.
3:10 this afternoon, Alfie will be with us from the Allianz with all of the updates. Wales take on Japan at 20-6, and Ireland face Australia. Another great game, 8:10 for you tonight. That was all thanks to Tenor Men.
Autumn Internationals update on talkSPORT with Tenor Men. Tackling the taboo of male urine leakage head on. Find out more at tenormen.co.uk.
Sam Stevens is here for a look at today's back pages. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Sam.
How are we doing? All right today?
Yeah,
I'm
great.
good. International week. Excited?
But see, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for tomorrow.
I'm loving it.
Tomorrow, oh yeah, it's big, isn't
I
it?
get better looking every day.
big one for Ireland, big one for Scotland this week. We're supposed to be on 10 to hooks, eh?
Yeah. Some good games coming this weekend.
Yeah, very much so, yeah. Can't wait, can we? Now, let's talk a bit about Virgil van Dijk's goal last weekend, or non-goal, as it proved in the end. Premier League experts have now established that his goal should not have been disallowed at Manchester City. A 5-person panel of former players, coaches and refs backed the VAR Michael Oliver's call not to intervene after Andy Robertson was flagged offside. So this debate has reared its head. Howard Webb was on the TV this week, wasn't he, explaining the situation. While the Prem's key match incident panel, which looks at all major decisions, concluded assistant Stuart Burt had wrongly raised his flag, the error did not meet the criteria for a VAR intervention. Liverpool made an official complaint about the decision, with boss Arne Slot furious after the 3-0 loss. So, Cass, I mean, had the goal stood, do you think it would have made any difference to the outcome?
No, I thought Liverpool were awful. I do agree with I thought the goal should have been given.
You think it was a legitimate goal?
Yeah, look, it's a coin flip decision, isn't it, for most people? I thought it should have been given because it goes over Docco's head. You can also see that the goalkeeper can clearly see the ball, and he wasn't getting there anyway. But as the result went, I don't think it would have changed anything. I thought Liverpool defended terribly on the day. Konaté again didn't play nowhere near as well, and there's many others. It's not just him. Liverpool are really out of sorts at the moment.
Yeah, conceding far too many goals, aren't they? That Van Dijk goal. The thing with Andy Robertson, I mean, if he's not standing in an offside position at all in the first place, then that goal would stand, wouldn't it? So do players have to be a bit more careful, do you think, in those situations or not?
Do you really think in that, Sam? When the moment we're talking like split-second decisions, and you find yourself, I just thought it shouldn't have been disallowed. That's how I felt. I mean, look, there'll be players, ex-players, whoever. It's one of them that some will say yes and some will say no. I thought it should have been given, but I honestly, Liverpool deserve absolutely nothing out of the game.
Right. Yeah. I thought it was a bit much for them to complain afterwards, to be fair.
They didn't deserve anything.
But don't you think like goals change everything?
Yeah, you can certainly make that debate.
Yeah.
If you look back at the game,
would have been 1-1, wouldn't it, at the time?
Yeah, of course it can make it become a different outcome, but the way Liverpool played in the game, especially in the second half, just didn't see anything that even relates to champions.
Yeah. Now, you touched on this earlier on, Cass, in the top section we were talking about England. Thomas Tuchel will look at innovative ways to use his bomb squad substitutes in the brutal heat of the World Cup, telling players to channel their anger when on the bench to fire England to glory. The England head coach believes his team can succeed only with a strong bench when they arrive at next year's tournament in the US, Mexico and Canada, with temperatures expected to reach 36 degrees. Tuchel is ready to make tactical half-time changes in addition to the 3 slots during the matches. Just how important is this going to be next summer?
Well, the strange line is that he's going to make half-time changes.
Potentially, yeah.
That, that would only happen when teams are out of sorts and not playing well, and you need to make changes because of performance. Nothing to do with heat or anything else. It's to do with he's not playing well, get him off, change him, or, that sort of way of thinking. But this is more of a tactical approach of even if someone's playing well, they might be coming off. Because that's what he's alluding to.
But if it's stifling, is it not going to be the case that some players may be struggling in the heat despite their performance?
It's definitely going to affect some players, without a doubt. I totally agree with that. But the fact that he says at half-time, that's a big change in the game. That you would think, players not playing badly just because it's a tactical change.
Is he been hanging out with Serena Wiegmann?
Right.
Like that's how Serena's won tournaments. Is by having this squad of players. God forbid anyone's triggered by comparing the two.
But Serena, did she change at half time?
She changed early at times. Sometimes you're going, come on, Serena, make the change. But she brought on the finishers, the people who won the game. Chloe Kelly, she's still a finisher at Arsenal. I can't believe the women's not starting.
Yeah.
She must be sitting going, all I do is win games. Why are you not starting me? So is it changing the approach and the style to football?
Well,
Gabby said yesterday, no way, you're fuming. If you're a player, you're fuming.
Of course, that is.
But we're seeing managers starting to tinker with the format to win games. And if it works, and you win a tournament,
well, of
you won't be
course,
complaining.
Anyone will go along with things that work. It's the day it doesn't work and you pay a price, then people start going, this is crazy.
It'll be interesting to see if he's as brave as that if England are kind of 1-0 up.
Remember the time Arteta said he was going to be alternating goalies between Ramsdale and David Raya?
Yes.
I'll be the guy to substitute, and you just aren't.
2 number ones.
It's probably a way of making the substitutes feel good about being on the bench, isn't it? As much as anything. You'll get used. Yeah, sure we will.
Fascinating outlook, though, and you're right. I mean, the conditions will be something else to play into it. Sam, thank you very much. Sam Stevens there with a look at today's back pages. By the way, coming up next, we're going to speak to a Wales fan out in Liechtenstein ahead of that huge World Cup qualifier for Craig at Bellamy's side. It's Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
Good morning, it's Saturday, you're up and at and welcome along to Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT with me, Shebahn Aherne, and Millwall Hall of Famer Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. England are looking to make it 8 wins from 8 in World Cup qualifying. After victory against Serbia, they take on Albania next.
The performance itself against a complicated, strong opponent and in a difficult match. They knew everything about us, we knew nothing about them. And they have quality, and they were re-energized from the new coach and well drilled. And we won. We kept a clean sheet. Atmosphere is good. Energy is right.
I love that we said energy's right. Yeah, energy's right. Yeah, energy's right. Is it? Well, let your face know. Albania take on England live on talkSPORT tomorrow evening. There's a massive game, though, for Scotland tonight. They look to secure automatic qualification to the World Cup. Travelling to Greece, our Ali McCoist is feeling confident.
I think we've got a chance, you know. And crazy as it may seem, they gave us a go. I know we ended up winning the game. I think it was 3-1. But I think we're actually capable of going, sitting, you know, been difficult to beat and maybe getting forward.
Let's get right and about them, lads. That one kicks off at 7:45. Scotland have to draw to put qualification in their hands Tuesday against Denmark at Hampden Park. Plus Ireland and Wales both have huge games this weekend in their quest to get to the World Cup. We'll review and preview all of the action. Also tonight, Chris Eubank Jr meets Conor Benn in the anticipated rematch at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's live on talkSPORT. Legendary boxing commentator Adam Smith thinks Eubank Jr may have the edge.
The smart favourite is Eubank, no question. He's done it once, he can do it again. Eubank with Bomac, you've got to favour him going into this. He won the last fight by 4 rounds on each card.
This live on talkSPORT for you tonight on Fight Night. We're building up to all across the day and all of your football as well during the international break. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Morning. Right, it's a late one for us tonight. Are you going to get a cat nap and then watch the fight?
Try.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, try. Looking forward to it.
Why?
No, you know why? Because when you look at boxers and you sometimes think, for Conor Benn, first and foremost, is that how much have you learnt from the previous fight? Because he made it clear, he spoke in midweek, that he wanted to just go in and have a scrap with Chris Eubank Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no tactical approach to it at all. Now, has he found a tactical approach with his trainer? And will that offer different problems to Chris Eubank Jr.?
Yeah.
And that's because Chris Eubank Jr. is bigger. He's a lot bigger in size. So he's got an advantage. And he's obviously the weight is a bit different, more, Conor Benn's going up really to 160. He's not really a 160 fighter. So it'll be really interesting to see how this pans out. Because I didn't think Ben would do as well as he did in the first fight.
He was good. He did really well.
Although he lost,
really
I thought it was a really uphill battle for him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see tonight. Can he get it tactically? Eddie Hearn spoke about it.
Yeah, well, he said that. Eddie Hearn said Conor Benn is ready for his redemption after the defeat for him in April.
The first fight delivered, even though I thought it was a pretty poor performance from Conor Benn, even by his own admission, and Tony Sims and the team, it delivered a night that fight fans left Tottenham Hotspur, or, when they turned off the zone and went, that was unbelievable. And for me, that makes me very proud. We lost, though, and I hate losing. So to do it again this Saturday is an absolute joy, another packed night at Tottenham. But we need a better performance from Conor. We need a more composed performance. We need a man that's not fighting off pure emotion. We want a little bit of that, and he's a Ben. And we need to always fight off emotion. But he can be so much better. And I want to see him win. I really do. And I believe he'll do it on Saturday.
Family pride up at stake again tonight as well. We're going to continue to build up to the fight. Commentary here, 7 o'clock on talkSPORT with all of the build up. They're expecting the ring walk around about 10:15. I think we're looking at tonight. And it's time now for a little bit of this. Name that tune.
And this is the Welsh one. I can't pronounce and I can't even attempt to.
Just give it a go.
So, no, I need help. But this is the Welsh one for the World Cup of 22.
Yes.
2022.
That's exactly when it was.
Do you remember it? I didn't remember it.
You can't remember Wales at the World Cup?
Yeah, no, I remember them there. But
the song?
Right. Yeah, I don't remember the song.
It's like Casper's about 3 years ago.
It's not their anthem, but it was their, loads of teams have European and World Cup, songs they put out there.
I can't say it rings a bell, but I'm liking the folk vibe. I think it's quite good. Makes me think of a wee sing-along. A huge game for Wales tonight. They travel to Liechtenstein needing to win to keep their playoff hopes alive and well. Craig Bellamy's side sit third in Group G of qualifying, 3 points behind second place North Macedonia, who've played a game more than them. Should they defeat pointless Liechtenstein, as they're expected to do, they will then face North Macedonia and Cardiff, needing to win to take second and confirm a playoff spot. That looks really possible. One man we can speak to now in Liechtenstein for the game tonight is Wales fan and podcaster from Alternative Wales. Good morning to Ryan March.
Ryan, I need help. Can you translate?
Amarohid.
Amarohid, that's what I said.
Right, okay. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
It means we're still here. It's a song about it's a protest song from the 80s that was sort of reformatted for the 2022 World Cup. So
yeah.
Nice. Well, you're out there in Liechtenstein just now. How's the vibe? How was the journey there?
Well, we're not there yet. We're in Munich at the moment.
Oh, fair enough.
We've decided to do a bit of a interesting journey, so we've come via land. We were in Luxembourg the night before last, Munich last night, and then we're driving across the border via Austria and Switzerland today. So making a proper journey of it this time.
Yeah. Tell us, Ryan, because under Craig Bellamy, you've had a really decent campaign in many ways, but getting over the line always can be a bit trickier. Have you enjoyed this process under Craig?
I enjoyed the first part of it. The last couple of windows have been a bit more of a test. I feel like we missed an opportunity in the last one with Belgium slipping up in Macedonia, and then we took them to Cardiff, and I thought that on our day, I thought we can beat most teams in Cardiff, and we had a good opportunity to beat Belgium that day, and we missed it. So it does feel at the moment, I think we're still picking ourselves up after not being able to qualify automatically, but the playoffs are the target now, obviously. And I'm a bit nervous because obviously our recent playoff history isn't particularly great after missing out on Euro 24 to Poland via penalties, but we made the last World Cup via the playoffs, so there's no reason why we can't do it again.
Yeah, I was unfortunate to be involved in the Liechtenstein Republic of Ireland, where we probably had the worst result ever in our history. It was a 0-0 draw in Liechtenstein, and they done a lap of honour.
Yeah. It's always weird playing these sort of, the essentially the minnows of European qualifying. We drew out in Gibraltar 2 years ago, but thankfully in a year ago, the summer of discontent, when Rob Page left the job, 0-0 draw. So I'm hoping that we've learned from that one, and it's comfortable tonight.
Yeah, I mean, what about you and your friends? How many of you are there? Do you travel a lot?
Yeah, there's 5 of us out here. We're picking up a car in a couple of hours now and then driving across. So spirits are high. Not much talk of the football yet. That's sort of how these things go. But it wouldn't be the first trip that's been ruined by the football.
Oh, please don't say that. Honestly, don't say that just now. Don't put it out there. I mean, there's a really strong possibility it'll happen. Do you think they're a good enough side to get there?
Yeah, I think we're missing a few key players today. Kiefer Moore obviously scoring plenty for Wrexham, but he's not involved, and I think Harry Wilson's suspended for tonight. But I think regardless of that, we've got a very strong team, and the way Craig Bellamy has us playing is with intent, attacking intent. So I'm hoping that it's fairly straightforward tonight. But these teams, they set up to put 11 men behind the ball and frustrate you to the point where. But hopefully we can break them down early doors, and it's routine from there.
Give us a prediction then, Ryan.
Oh, can I go 10-0? Why not?
That's fine. To Liechtenstein, yeah?
Yeah, to Liechtenstein.
Ryan, go safely. That's a bit of a jaunt you've got ahead of you today. So hope you and your mates have fun, and we'll keep in touch with you for the next game, okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Ryan March there from the Alternative Wales podcast on the road today to go through Switzerland and make their journey to Liechtenstein.
Yeah, it's a funny one when you go to teams that you know that you're meant to turn over, and then suddenly you find the match difficult and can't get over.
Because they make it difficult. They're not.
Yeah. Every right, they've got to make it difficult. But they offer very little going forward, so they don't ever. It feels like you can't open them up.
Yeah.
So you need to break them down early.
Liechtenstein versus Wales. We've got all the updates for you from 5 o'clock here on talkSPORT with Ian the Moose Abrahams. Good luck to the Welsh. Fair play if you're travelling to that one as well. Coming up next, get the kettle on a Saturday morning. If it's a cup of tea or if it's a cappuccino. Cappuccino with Cascarino is on the way next. We're going to be joined some strong musical notes. It's the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT.
Welcome to North London. Eubank Jr versus Ben on talkSPORT.
Let's get ready to rumble! This is insane! Never seen anything like this! The winner by unanimous decision, Chris Eubank!
This is a moment in time that we will never forget. And the final scene absolutely delivered.
We'll catch you next time.
Hello there, good morning. It's the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. We're live on your smart TV. We're live on Prime. We're on the YouTube channel. Breaking news. Cascarino's got new spleebs on today. You look lovely today. You got like a brown and plum number, matching glasses.
I was told last night.
Did Joe tell you to sharpen
She
up?
said you need to change because you're getting a lot of stick in your glasses. And I
Who
went,
said that? Your wife?
No, she said, because she looks sometimes at the social media side of it. And I went, yeah, I don't really care though. I'd like my glasses. And she went, well, have a change up. Wear the brown ones. So I went, all right, I'll wear my brown ones tomorrow.
Oh, lovely. I love that you listen to your wife on
Yeah, for a day.
Well played, Joe. Thanks for passing on that message to him. No, you look well. You really do. You can watch on smart TV. Shebahn Aherne and former Nazi striker Tony Cascarino. And it's time now to enjoy your morning coffee. Get the kettle on, people. It's time now for this.
A cappuccino with Cascarino on the Weekend Sports Breakfast. I say.
Can I just ask?
Yeah.
Would you be able to give her advice the other way? If you were like,
yeah,
you should change up your glasses.
Yeah, she'd, yeah.
Take it all right.
Yeah, take it all right, but then do what she was going to do anyway.
Yeah.
So, I could say it, but that'd be about it.
Just a thanks, but no thanks. Right, this morning we're going to talk about this.
We are the boys in green, the best you've ever seen. We just made history.
We're off to Italy.
To bring it all back.
We had it all. Italy, Germany. No.
So this was Euro 18.
Well, I wanted to talk because national anthems, and I touched on with back home in England earlier, and the theme of all the home nations. You know, I mean, you can go through them all from Ali's Tartan Army in '74. Your Man. Have you ever heard of Your Man, which was 1982 by Northern Ireland?
Who, my man?
Your Man.
Oh,
Dana. Have you ever heard of the singer Dana?
No.
But she did one in 1982.
Yeah,
so you've had your Scotland, Wales. We had the one earlier with Wales.
Yeah, these themes.
England.
Mm-hmm.
But the island ones
were
probably the funniest times of my career because obviously this is the Boys in Green, which was Germany in '88. And in '90 we had Give It a Lash Jack, which was the main theme of that tournament in Italy. But the one that '94 was Watch Your House Island. What? This is Give It a Lash, this one.
Give It a Lash.
Give It a Lash, Jack.
Oh, I like that.
And not the last time. The Irish lads are qualified.
Perfect.
All the fans have a message for the manager. In unison they all will cry. Give it a lash, Jack. Give it a lash, Jack.
It's brilliant.
It's funny, isn't it? Right. So we did this one obviously as well in 1990, Give It a Lash Jack. And then by 94, we did Watch Your House Ireland.
Right.
Now, I'll explain that because when I first played for Ireland, Paul McGrath, who was playing in midfield, and I've got the ball, and I hear Paul McGrath saying, he's on your house, he's on your house. And I've said, Paul, what do you mean he's on my house? He went, and it basically means he's on your back.
On your back, yeah.
Yeah, well, I never knew that when I first played for Ireland. And, of course, this song is Watch Your House. Watch Your House Ireland.
Watch your back.
Yeah, watch your back. And we did, you too, Larry Mullen, the drummer, he was the one behind it. So we did this and we were all literally on the lash.
So
we went on the lash that day and we're singing away and we're doing it all and it was so messy. And Larry Mullen's thinking of the U2 of how this is the Republic of Ireland tea.
Yeah.
And it was so funny the day. He went to speak to Paul McGrath and I sort of, he got no chance of getting anything out of Paul.
Oh, God.
He couldn't speak. And it was just an amazing time because I sort of thought about this in the week, and then when Ireland got the result, I kept thinking national anthems or, like songs that have made the charts. And obviously that didn't in England. In England, none of the fans would know about. But it was just an amazing time.
Yeah.
The people we were around. Mm-hmm. So I've lost my volume.
And there's such an energy then when you get the opportunity to do things like that and have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah. And the people you met along the way. I mean, all the colleagues I was with from Aldridge, Alton, Sheedy. I mean, I could list a whole load of them. We just had such good fun. And all these tunes, we literally went through 3. It's like every time we got to a tournament, there was a new song.
Cass, do you remember the one? Ireland, I think, nearly got to a major tournament. It must have been in the
96.
last... No, very recent. There was a possibility, and there was the guy with the guitar stand up for the boys.
Brian Kerr got close. We lost to Switzerland in a playoff. But yeah, there's been some real close ones in the lot. But it's
tunes apart.
That period. If you think of 6 years, we got to 3 major tournaments.
That is amazing.
And compared to never getting to one before.
Yeah.
And for 6 years, we did 3 back to back. Well, not back to back because the Euro '92 we didn't make. And we lost out to England. England made it in '92. They were in our group.
Yeah.
And by the way, at that time, these groups were really tough.
Was that the game where you scored a last minute?
Yes, Northern Ireland was for '94.
Right.
That was for '94.
Okay.
So there was some, I mean, I look at the groups now and just going off track a bit, it's like, I'm looking at some of the groups. England haven't conceded a goal in 7 games and got 21 points.
Yeah.
It's so Spain haven't conceded a goal. In their group. Switzerland, in their group, haven't conceded a goal. Yeah. Some of these groups are so lopsided. Norway have got, I think, 33 goals in qualifying so far.
Haaland's got about 100 of them. I know that math.
Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But I just wanted to bring this theme up of the songs. And look, there's loads of others. There's other nations as well. The French have had one.
Yep.
And there's many other countries that do their own songs. By the way, we made no money out of it. It basically all was done for the good cause of charity.
And you were there for the crack.
It really was the crack.
That's good. Thank you for that, Cass. That was your cappuccino with Cascarino this morning.
Irish fans come here to enjoy themselves and they'll sing and you try and give them something to sing about.
Goal! Oh, it's locked in his 12 minutes! Goal!
We're on our way.
The die is cast, we're off at last. Hello, USA. We've got the bottle, it's the real thing to go all the way. Big Apple.
This was on your house?
Yeah.
He's on your house, yeah. This actually sounds like banging as well.
Oh no, it's like Irish music. You go to a bar or you go to a pub, the Irish music. It all gets pretty uplifting straight away, doesn't it?
I like that.
Hey, a lot of this will be played tomorrow.
I bet it will be. Of course, Hungary against Ireland, 2:00 tomorrow. Pushing for that World Cup spot. They're so close. Come on. That was Cappuccino with Cascarino here on talkSPORT. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast. You can keep these theme tunes coming in. 81089 is the text number. Good morning.
Now we're waving you goodbye. Watch your house for Ireland. Goodbye Europe. Hello USA.
Good morning, it's Saturday. Hope you're all right. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. It's Shebahn Aherne and former Millwall and Chelsea striker Tony Cascarino. Let's get your latest headlines. England fast bowler Mark Wood has been cleared of any concerns over his left hamstring following a scan in Perth. We'll keep you posted on everything Ashes related as and when it happens. Also, Slovakia scored an injury time winner to beat Northern Ireland 1-0, but results elsewhere have ensured that Michael O'Neill's side will still have a spot in the 2026 World Cup playoffs, so that's great for them. And Phil Foden's former coach Steve Ayre joined talkSPORT Breakfast yesterday and feels his former player can't play for England in the middle.
No, probably not, and certainly not as a starter, but I think we saw last night that he's capable of finishing games in that position. He's done so for Manchester City as well. He'll always take the ball, he'll always avoid contact where he can, but he can also ride a physical challenge. He gets up very, very quickly. We know he can score a goal with his feet, and of course we've seen him score with his head too. And I think what gets underrated or not mentioned is the way he presses the ball and keeps the speed in the game at the top end of the pitch. So I'm confident he can play that role for club and country, but only as a filling-in exercise should somebody need to come off.
Steve Ayre there. It's funny because Thomas Tuchel had said that he sees maybe Foden playing maybe up front as well. Do you think that's a role that he could take up?
Well, I'm sure he could do. Phil's a very talented lad. He's fighting in a position that just is overloaded of all potential options. Look, we only have to go back, not last season, the season before. Phil Foden was the Football Writers' Player of the Season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know how capable he is. And he's going to have to find that form with City.
Don't you think he's got that form?
No, of late he has.
Yeah.
But he had an in and out season last year.
Season. He said he had some things going on.
Yeah, and there's a lot going on. And this happens to young players,
course,
you know,
yeah.
and he's gone through that. But Phil can keep his standards up. There's no reason why, if, you know, manager decides he's the right one to play that position. I mean, he has one thing he has over the others, I would say, is the energy, which we just heard there. His energy and relentless chasing and his willingness. If Phil's on his game as well, then of course he's a viable option. But it's going to come down to, Shebahn, I said it earlier, who's ever really shining going into that World Cup off the back of the seasons they've had might persuade Thomas Tuchel to stick them, because he's got so much of choice in that position.
I know, I'm curious to see what he'll do tomorrow night, if he'll mix up his starting 11, if he'll keep the same, if it'll continue to be this bomb squad of finishers and subs coming on. Tomorrow, Albania take on England.
Yeah.
So who are they again? Yeah, England. Live on talkSPORT.
Yeah, look, what a luxury to have, eh?
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, lucky guy, that's for sure. Right, Scotland, let's focus on tonight. Away to Greece, hoping to keep World Cup qualification in our hands. I've been speaking exclusively to former Celtic captain and current Ayr United manager Scott Brown. We covered everything actually, from the modern game to Celtic's next boss to Scotland's World Cup hopes, and we even had a little dig at Jamie O'Hara, which we'll get to a little bit later. But first, we asked him what he makes of the modern game, and let's just say he didn't hold back.
Football's a lovely sport, and you can cuddle people and shake their hands and stuff like that. And you can't have a late tackle, you can't do anything, you can't go and set the tone early doors. And I'm not saying something ridiculous like leg breaking, but like football, you can't make a single tackle now with it either being a foul or a yellow card. And part and parcel, it is a contact sport. There's always going to be missed time ones, and the better referees let a few things go on where you should come down to our level. It's great fun.
You've said it as well, Cash. You know, it's a sanitised sport now. It's not what it used to be.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, a lot of people of my generation will find it hard watch football. And that's why some fans go down the lower leagues, because they feel like football is the real game there more than the elite level. What we've seen is a very high technical game now in football in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. It's evolved into that. Now, do I miss challenging? Yeah. Do I miss the types of Brian Robson, Roy Keane, Paul Ince and many, many others in midfield making tackles and not necessarily injuring players deliberately, but making fierce, brave tackles? Patrick Vieira, you know, all these really no-nonsense type of midfielders. I do miss them. Yeah, I'd be lying otherwise.
Yeah.
And football is been sanitised to a level. And I always say, Shebahn, it's not what we are today, is what is it going to be in 10 years' time if it continues in that vein? You will literally be basketball. You know, that's where we'll be, where no one will touch each other. Everything will be deemed a foul. American basketball suffered because of it. If you look at the numbers and people watching American basketball, they'll tell you that there's a lot of fans that don't like the modern day basketball.
Yeah.
And that can happen to football if you keep regulating it and sanitising it to get to a level where people are, what, that's a foul?
I am sure everybody listening this morning will agree with you on that. We got onto the talking point of Celtic, of course, the current state of the club. Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney as interim managers, who he thinks will be next. Whatever happens, Scott Brown backs the board to make the right decision.
Like, Martin's been there, he knows what it's all about. Sean's the younger coach probably that's in there, that's obviously had a good coaching career in Scotland and down in England as well. So I'm sure he'll be the one that's probably on the pitch a little bit more. Martin will be picking the team, but look, it seems to be going okay. I know against Midtjylland it was a little bit different, but take away, you need to make sure we win the league games. You need to make sure you continuously winning them. And like, I don't know what's going to happen, who's going to come in, or if it's going to be Martin or Sean, but whoever comes in the board and the ones above will make the right decision. I'm sure about that.
So Columbus Crew manager Wilfred Nancy has emerged as the front runner. He's from the MLS.
Don't know him.
Well, we didn't know about Ange Postecoglou either. It doesn't mean the board don't necessarily get it wrong. They're obviously doing their due diligence with this guy.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, how can I comment on someone who's managing and I don't follow the MLS?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what he's about. And I'm sure that Celtic have, like you said, done their due diligence on a manager. I mean, I always refer back to Arsene Wenger, but Arsene Wenger had done a lot of Monaco before he went to Japan and then come to Arsenal. So there was a lot of homework done before, you know, he got to the Arsenal job.
Yeah.
It's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It does feel weird because I don't want to have a go at a guy I know nothing about. He might turn out to be brilliant.
Well, this is it. I mean, remember Alan Brazil when Celtic appointed Ange Postecoglou and he was going, Ange Kajagugu, who was I've never heard of this guy, and all that kind of stuff, and that sweetly backfired, that's for sure. This is a conversation that actually came up in Sky Sports earlier on in the week. Jamie O'Hara from the sports bar here at talkSPORT was on Sky, and he had it out with a Celtic podcaster regarding the size of Celtic Football Club and where we're at. He said that League One Stockport could win the Scottish Premiership. Here's what Scott Brown had to say to Jamie about that.
Tell Jamie to get back in his box, please. I did see the video and talk about Stockport winning the league up here, and like I know where he's coming from. Both teams are probably thinking Hearts are top of the league, so he's probably never watched any of the games up in Scotland in a long, long time. And there's been many players came in for the English Premier League and struggled. especially at Celtic and at Rangers as well. So, look, it's a different environment, and until you've been in that environment, I don't think you really understand what it's about. So, like, he was a fantastic player down the road, and like, take nothing away from him in that aspect, but he needs to maybe watch a little bit more of Scottish football before he can talk about that.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Scott's nailed him. Look, the difference is it's not the size of the club, because the Celtic and Rangers are huge football clubs that get an amazing following. It's the finance is the issue, that why these clubs are not as competitive. But they are certainly, I would say that they could both play in the Premier League, probably be at the wrong end of the table, is a more fair assessment of what they'd be. But if these clubs came to the Premier League, they'd suddenly have finance and the ability to go and buy some of the biggest and better names around. So they could buy 20, 30, 35 million pound players like Wolves have done, and like, you know, other clubs, Southampton, Ipswich or whatever, have spent all this money. Brentford have done it, Brighton have done it. If Celtic and Rangers had that in their armoury, they could be real powerhouses in the Premier League, without a doubt. You know, they could create really good sides.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think it's no disrespect to Stockport either. I think it was a silly thing to actually say out loud. To be fair,
well, that's a massive gulf. The problem is that, you know, we're talking from, you know, whether it's a League Two team, you know, come on, Celtic and Rangers, I'm pretty sure, even with their finances, still way superior, and they still have much better teams than that level.
Yeah, and I think there was all this blur as well about it be one of the biggest clubs in the world, which is true. Nobody's saying you're one of the best clubs in the world. Nobody said that. Everybody knows. Every Celtic fan knows that.
Yeah, look,
of course we do.
If you look at European football now, they've done in the Champions League and they found it challenging. I always say it's all, you know. Kevin Doyle, I think, left or turned down Celtic to go to Wolves when they're in League One, because Wolves could pay more money.
Yeah.
You know, and that was at that particular time. So that's quite a few years ago. It's all about finance, why these two clubs have suffered. And they have to, if they get all, like Celtic have got it, right? And so have Rangers at times, got their recruitment right. But for the level they're at, they've still done and created really good times. But when it's gone wrong, they suffer enormously.
This is it. Let's talk about Scotland as well. Greece take on Scotland tonight, 7:45. All the updates here on talkSPORT. Scott believes a win tonight would be a huge boost for Scotland in terms of getting to the World Cup.
We're in a position that we've not been for a long, long time. So the lads have to be able to drive themselves through, and mentally, physically they're all strong enough. It's just that mental side of the game. Can they pull it together for one last game against Greece away from home, knowing that if they get a result over there, we've got a fantastic chance to finish top of the group, which would be insane. And like with the fans at home against Denmark, the last game in the campaign, it would be an unbelievable experience for the Scotland lads to actually get to a World Cup at home as well.
Best chance we've got, isn't it, Cass, now?
Yeah. Well, it could be where Ireland are going, you know, into that last game. Ireland play Hungary tomorrow. Can you get in a position where if you can beat Denmark in your home game? Wow. And by the way, the last time they were World Cup was 1998, and their song, Don't Come Home Too Soon. You were bottom of the group, 1 point.
Oh, that's not kind.
That's right. You was in a group with Brazil and Norway and Morocco. Right, so it's a tough group. Morocco's had a good team for years. Yeah. Okay. But Brazil?
Yeah.
So you're in that group. Norway would have been decent at that time. So... okay, only 1 point from their 3 games, but yeah, don't come back. Don't come back
too soon. Yeah, we'll take that. Fingers crossed for Scotland tonight. Thank you so much to Scott Brown, Ayr United manager, Scotland, and of course Celtic legend as well. Just a bit of breaking news for you. Joseph Parker has denied taking, quote, any prohibited substance after testing positive for cocaine. Parker said on his Instagram, before my recent fight, I took a voluntary test. I've now been informed that it returned an adverse result. This came as a real surprise to me. I do not take any prohibited substance. I did not take any prohibited substance. I do not use performance enhancing drugs and do not support their use. So I'm cooperating fully with the process now underway, and I am confident the investigation will clear my name. When the investigation is complete, I will speak openly and answer questions. Wow, what a mess for Joseph Parker. We'll keep posted on that. Coming up next on the Weekend Breakfast, we're going to be talking more boxing, building up to the big fight tonight. DAZN reporter and boxing content creator Charlie Parsons, the guy keeping Eddie Hearn young. We'll look ahead to the rematch next on talkSPORT.
This is going to be a bloodbath.
It's one of the fights of the year.
Eubank, I can't wait to smash your head in.
That's why he didn't beat me, and that's why he shall not beat me in November.
Good morning, welcome to Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. We're live on your smart TV, we're on the YouTube channel as well. It's Shebahn Aherne and nodding one in at the back post at Tony Cascarino. But reminds me, by the way, Adrian Durham, a voice of live football, sent me a clip of you yesterday in a game, nodding one in at the back post.
Oh, right.
And he said he was a wee boy and you broke his heart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what game it was.
Sure, it was against England.
Well, yeah, well, that was, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it was November 92.
Routine pass.
I think.
Yeah.
92.
It was 92. Exactly that. Some of your headlines this morning. Coventry City head coach Frank Lampard has been named Championship Manager of the Month for October after his side stormed to the top of the table. He's been brilliant, hasn't he? The informed Sky Blues secured 15 points from possible 18 last month after winning 5 of their 6 matches and scoring 18 goals in the process. And if you have just joined us, some breaking news. Joseph Parker has denied taking any prohibited substance after testing positive for cocaine ahead of his fight with Fabio Wardley. He said on his Instagram page very recently that he's cooperating fully with the process. It's now underway. He said, "I am confident the investigation will clear my name." And also rumours are swirling that Anthony Joshua may be on the verge of agreeing a deal to fight YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn discussed the suggestions on White and Jordan on Thursday morning.
You're always going to get the critics. You're always going to get the people that turn their nose up. And I understand. And you're never going to hear us saying, oh, this is an amazing fight. Oh, it's good. I think AJ flattens him, right? But if you're going to we were going to run out in December in an 8-round fight randomly on an undercard. If we're going to get 50 times the money to do that against Jake Paul, mate, but I'm walking there.
I agree with you, but do you totally, by the way, do you think the integrity of boxing could become under the spotlight? And I'll tell you why. Because if they do get it on, every single person on this planet knows anything about boxing will say this shouldn't last more than 30 seconds. Yeah. And if it goes into round 2, it's like, well, that's not real.
Well, it's definitely real. We're going in there. I
know, but it's not right. If Jake Paul lasts more than 3 minutes with AJ, something's not right.
No, but that's impossible, Andy, because one, it's a real fight. There's no exhibition here. We don't go into a contest to play around. I've already spoke to AJ about it. I said, what are you going to do? You're going to beat him up over a period of time, or are you just going to knock him spark out? He said, I might do both. He's got bad intent. If you step in the ring with Anthony Joshua, he ain't playing around. It's not like, oh, let's do a few rounds. He's going to go out there with the intention to flatten him.
I mean, I'll watch it. I mean...
Well, there's the intrigue, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, you can't deny the sums of money, and I think if we all put ourselves in their place, we'd go,
yeah,
you'd jump at it.
70 million?
Well, I can't believe that's the number.
I can.
You can. That to me seems phenomenal.
Jake Paul he's minted. I mean, the money he brings to YouTube is insane.
But to pay 70 million and then he's got his own fee and all the costs of the fight, that's going to come into literally a couple of $100 million.
Let's get more on this with an expert in just a second. It's time now to look ahead to the big fight tonight with DAZN.
Big fight preview, Eubank Jr versus Ben 2 on talkSPORT with DAZN. Watch the unmissable rematch live this Saturday, only on DAZN.
And we heard from Eddie Hearn there. We now can speak to the guy who keeps him down with the kids, this man.
Parsons, what are you wearing? If you think I am losing to the most cringiest geezer that's ever walked the planet, if you think I'm losing from a man to a man from Cirencester, you got another thing coming. Your clobber is awful. Right, you're wearing a pair of Jordans that I think, like, my 12-year-old daughter should wear. In fact, I'll be honest with you, you're actually pathetic. If I was 22, my Instagram would be so cringe.
Fair?
Yeah. Fair. What?
Yeah, your Instagram is cringe and you're 49.
Yeah, but I'm outside orofarming.
Time to speak now to the cringiest geezer from Cirencester, DAZN reporter Parsons. How are you, buddy? You all right?
Thanks for having us, guys. Hey, I'm just happy that Cirencester's made it on talkSPORT.
Where is Cirencester? Like, where is
Cirencester's
it?
in the Cotswolds. It's just turned into a bit of a meme now.
You're
for
posh.
Eddie,
You are posh, aren't you?
Yeah, the Cotswolds. Yeah.
How are you feeling about tonight, then, Parsons?
Oh, you know what? I'm so excited. We've been here in Stratford since Monday, the media day, soaking up all the energy of that fight week feel. It's incredible to finally be here now. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will be absolutely ram-packed. We've got the best fight fans in the world, don't we? So looks like Eubank Jr has made a bit of a point, coming in £0.9 under the £160 limit. I cannot wait for the two of them to get in the ring together now.
So the big point is... Look, Conor lost the first fight and he openly admitted he basically made it into a fight because he wanted to. And it was all questions. And Eddie said about, tactically he got him so wrong that can that be the ultimate difference for Conor Benn if he can get it right technically and tactically, that he's got a fair crack of the whip?
I think there's a couple of ways to look at it. I think the turnaround, albeit was meant to be September initially for Chris Eubank Jr., I think that will play a part. I think being at the age that he is and then having to do the back-to-back camps, he's not been the most active boxer over the last 5 or 6 years. To then have to go and do that, £160 is his weight division, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a lot to put your body through both of those camps now in November, obviously. I think for Conor as well, it's a couple of things. I think last time he fought on a lot of emotion, it was his first fight back in the UK, walking into that huge stadium, which was so loud on fight night. But I also think he is an emotional fighter, and that is the kind of Conor Benn you get. He kind of comes in and almost a little bit like that kind of mini Mike Tyson style. I just think he'll try to polish that up a little bit.
So me and Shebahn want to see the fight, but we're on at 6 in the morning tomorrow morning. So are we going to see a late?
Yeah, what time are we looking at, Charlie?
What are we looking at?
I've been told around 9:45. Live and available exclusively on DAZN, we must say, of course. You've got to watch it, guys. There's no excuses. Be tired tomorrow.
Yeah, no, we can handle 9:45. It's if it gets on to 11:30.
Yeah, Mama's gone by that point. Mama's long gone.
So, look, as Chris Eubank Jr., he won. It was by 4 rounds, wasn't it, the first fight? So do you think if he's anything close that it's a really hard, night for Conor to make that difference?
I think it depends how disciplined he is, to be honest. Obviously, Bomac's come back into his team, which I think is a real monumental change and difference. With Chris Eubank Jr., I don't think you're ever going to teach an old dog new tricks as such. I think ideally the kind of key fighter to beat Conor Benn would either be a big puncher or a slick boxer. I don't think Eubank Jr. is either of those, but I do think that Bomac will be that voice in the corner that he can listen to and just make him that little bit more disciplined. I think that's all Junior needs, just that one person to speak to him and almost rein him in a little bit from himself. In the past, he said he doesn't need a trainer, which I think always is a little bit kind of, I don't know, he's managed to get this far by thinking such. So it's just if he has that voice and he does stay disciplined. From being on the ground, actually, I think most people are picking Chris Eubank Jr. I think Conor will do it. But I think that's to do with just kind of look, it's his second fight at the weight. He'll be used now to being up at 160 pounds, fighting in that stadium. But I just think it's a matter of Chris can stay disciplined. But we'll see. He's got this rehydration limit that he's got to make in a few hours as well.
Charlie, we'll see what happens tonight. Just putting you on the spot. If we're up early, do you want to come back on early with us tomorrow and we'll talk more? Look
How
at
early are we talking?
Hold it. You just said
we're
up
early. You're up early, Charlie.
I won't be at the arena till 4.
Yeah, we said to you.
Toughen up.
I said to you, like, what time's the fight going to start? And you went, oh, come on, guys. You're now doing the exact opposite.
Charlie, we'll send you a link and we'll see you tomorrow, right?
All right, I'm in.
Charlie Parsons there, DAZN reporter, looking ahead to all tonight. Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn 2 with DAZN. You can watch the unmissable action live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium live tonight on DAZN.
Big Fight Preview, Eubank Jr. versus Benn 2 on talkSPORT with DAZN. Watch the unmissable rematch live this Saturday, only on DAZN.
Coming up for you next, we're going to build up to a huge weekend for the Republic of Ireland. Stand up for the boys in green. Morning.
Thomas Tuchel's busy trying to bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Krumbach via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krumbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League, as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players, the attitude towards the game, the attitudes from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
Good morning, happy Saturday. Welcome along to the weekend breakfast here on talkSPORT. My name's Shebahn Aherne, and with me is former Chelsea and Marseille striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
Coming up for you, a massive game for the Scots tonight. We look to secure automatic qualification to the World Cup. Travelling to Greece, and our Ali McCoy's Super Ali is confident.
I think we've got a chance, you know, and crazy as it may seem, they gave us a go. I know we ended up winning the game. I think it was 3-1, but I think we're actually capable of going sitting, you know, been difficult to beat and maybe getting forward.
Please, 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 let's do it. That one kicks off at 7:45. Scotland have to draw to put qualification in our hands. That'll be against Denmark, Hampden Park on Tuesday. Plus, Ireland and Wales have huge games this weekend in their quest to reach the World Cup. We'll review and preview all of the action. Also tonight, Eubank Jr meets Conor Benn in the rematch at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's live for you here on talkSPORT. Former WBC Cruiserweight champion Tony Bellew thinks Conor Benn is ready for revenge.
out of the two fighters, he's the one who can fight for 3 minutes of a round. Chris Eubank Jr. can no longer fight for 3 minutes of a round. He paces himself right. That's why he came strong in the last 3 rounds of the last fight, and that's what won the fight, in my opinion. He came strong in the championship rounds.
Huge day ahead for football, huge day ahead for fighting, and it's live for you here, Fight Night tonight. We're building up to all today here on talkSPORT. Good morning. Good morning to Dom, 81089 is the text number. He says, moan Scotland, moan Hungary. Let's go. Of course, Ireland have got Hungary today, 2 o'clock. Cash, you're so hopeful. So hopeful.
Well, the game itself, I mean, Ireland played a system which is, whether you go 3 at the back or 5 at the back, but they're basically the Crystal Palace style. And it worked brilliantly well. Seamus Coleman was tremendous at right back. Yeah. 37 years old. What a great pro he's been. Ireland played a lot of direct balls. So Kelleher used, which is good with his feet. He uses that weapon really well to get the ball into areas quite quickly. They dominated possession, Portugal, like you'd expect with the talented players they've got, Shebahn. But I'll tell you what, it was they couldn't handle set pieces. The Portuguese just couldn't handle any set piece that Ireland had, with Nathan Collins, with O'Brien and O'Shea in that team.
Yeah.
They just caused them problems.
You loved the wave off as well, when like the Ireland fans were doing the crying tears at Ronaldo. Ronaldo started it, to be fair to him.
It was the best bit of VAR ever.
It was so good.
VAR, it was the first time I liked VAR. Well, I come away thinking, this VAR's great with this moment. 3 minutes of absolute comedy it was with the fans and Cristiano Ronaldo. But it was an amazing result.
I think the lad who was spotted doing the crying tears to Ronaldo back has gone viral since he's taken over, which is brilliant. Let's have a conversation now about England strikers, shall we, Cass? So one of the biggest issues dogging England is painfully obvious. Where are the strikers? Thomas Tuchel, Harry Kane saying he's still the main man up front, but he is glaringly alone in the number 9 role. Tuchel's latest England squad only includes Kane as a recognised centre-forward, and even he admitted that there isn't a clear number 9 profile now behind Harry, with Phil Foden used as a very fluid number 9. Now, there are questions asking if Tuchel is overlooking real striker options. talkSPORT's Alan Pardew thinks there should be a recall for Ivan Toney.
I would have Ivan Toney in this squad. I'm a little bit disappointed that Tuchel has kind of gone down that road of saying, as an England manager, it doesn't matter where they play. If they're playing well enough, then I'm going to pick them, right? And he can't do any more than he's doing in Saudi Arabia. He's gotten the goals. He's playing well. He's fit. He's not in the squad. And I think when you look at Ollie Watkins at the moment, the form that he's in. That's a bit of a worry because he's been the genuine backup for Harry Kane.
Is Pards right?
Well, I would always want to take an extra forward, so I'm a bias towards forwards. I think there's been tournaments where England have took 3 strikers to a tournament, and I'm thinking, that's not enough. You need as many strikers. I'd rather take an extra striker than 3 goalkeepers. When has anybody ever used their third goalkeeper?
Mm-hmm.
I'd take an extra body. Mm-hmm. And if I had to take Ivan Toney, as long as I'd have to, you'd call him in, you'd see him with a squad. You want to see exactly where he is physically. And, I mean, he's a guy you wouldn't have to worry about confidence because he certainly carries himself with an air of he can do it at any occasion. I think the more the merrier, really, for England if they can get an extra body in there. And I feel a bit sorry for Ollie Watkins because the Villa thing is he's done brilliantly well at Villa. He's done really great. And he's had difficult times, and I thought the end of last season when Unai Emery dropped him for the PSG games, I didn't get it, especially when they lost away and then they played at home. I thought he sort of lost Ollie Watkins in that moment for me, Unai Emery. And Ollie's a good striker. He was one of the main reasons why Villa got Champions League football.
So do you think him not being in the squad now will only further impact his confidence?
I think he's confident enough. I just think he felt like his player had got a little bit lost. He weren't quite sure of his future because there was rumours of him getting transferred as well. And, and I think he felt like it didn't feel like Villa was his home anymore. That he could be out the door, and the manager, like I said, had left him out in certain games. But I would want to take Ollie, and I'd probably, if I could, I'd take Ivan Toney. And if I could think of another one straight out the bat, I'd go with. I would take an extra one with, most definitely, and especially someone that can like Ivan Toney, who can give different or create different problems.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing as well. I mean, if it's because he's out in the Pro League and you don't value that league as much as you value the Premier League, well, you're leaving players out who are in form in the Premier League, and that's been Welbeck, which we've discussed till we're blue in the face. He didn't.
Yeah, well, you know, I would definitely take an extra body. And if Danny Welbeck was flying, I've said this week's gone by, if he was flying in the second part of the season and had an unbelievable year, I would certainly consider him way more than playing Rashford down the middle, playing Foden down the middle. I wouldn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go most natural, you know, goal scorers of having chances and being more confident to score. I'd rather have a number 9 in there.
Do you think in terms of the striker or the lack of number 9 available is because of the coaching systems now? It's changing. I mean, I think you've touched on this.
Yeah, I get frustrated because I would love, and people would say I'm going back in time, but I look at partnerships and I think, I asked this question to Alan Brazil in midweek, and I've never had a centre forward say anything but this, right, to me. I asked them, do you think you were better, Alan? I said, because he played with Paul Mariner. When he was at Ipswich, he played with a lad called Paul Mariner. Paul Mariner was a really stand-up, really good leader-of-the-line striker. I said, do you think you was better if you was to play in a partnership? Would you prefer, or would you prefer the one up front? And Alan had done both. Alan Brazil had done both, even going back a number of years ago. He went absolutely Paul Mariner, partner. And I would say partner. And nearly every striker I've ever asked, they've said, love to have a partner. Rather play with a partner all day long. You know, would Alan Shearer have been the same without Ferdinand?
Yeah.
Would, you know, Klinsmann be the same with Sheringham, and would me, and, you know, with Ted up front? And every striker I've ever asked has always said, a partner is the best thing for me. Yeah. And we've gone away from that because of the extra body in midfield. And this Ferguson always went with partnerships, Sir Alex Ferguson, until Barcelona came along. And then he had to sacrifice a different way because of the extra body in midfield.
So with what you're just saying, would you worry for England then at World Cup if there's no partnerships?
Well, it's just generally, I mean, interestingly, Sørloth and Haaland play up front together for Norway. Mm-hmm. They've got 33 goals.
Yeah, banging them in.
Right, okay, they're playing. They both got 2 in their last game. You know, and I do think there is an argument of going, do you know what, throw something in the span. I know England won't do that. They don't need to because they've got so much talent in other positions. They don't need that. But I look at Ireland, and I'm going back to Ireland again, and I've seen Troy Parrott play quite a bit. I think him and Ferguson could play in a partnership. Right? Because they're 2 that we could use in a partnership. We don't have the luxury of brilliant midfielders.
Yeah.
So
I think a lot of people would hear you and agree with you on that. Strike partnerships are missed at the minute.
Yeah, and look, it doesn't mean every nation has to play that way. Everyone has different ways of playing. But I think it would suit Ireland to have that 2 up front.
Yeah. Don't forget Ireland tomorrow against Hungary. Kick off at 2:00. All the updates here on talkSPORT. Of course, Albania, England is live for you on talkSPORT tomorrow night. And tonight, of course, in Greece, it's against Scotland. We will have you posted here on talkSPORT. And it's time now for this. We have a brand new competition for you to get involved in. Honestly, Christmas has come early with me. I'm like Mother Christmas over here. What's her name again? What's Santa's wife?
Santa's wife?
Yeah.
You know, he had one.
Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus.
Miles off it. It's still early. So what's her name again? What's her chops? Mrs. Claus.
Oh, well, did he have the first
He has a wife.
Yeah, but what's her first name then?
Patricia. We'll make one up. This is all thanks to our friends with Virgin Atlantic. We're giving you the chance and a friend to win the ultimate trip of a lifetime to Vegas, baby. You're going to kick things off at the exclusive access to the Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse, which is lovely, I would imagine, at Heathrow, and then fly in upper class comfort. You can lie down in a bed there. Premium service all the way to Las Vegas. And then when you touch down, you're going to go to a spa for 4 nights. Delightful. You can cheer from the stands at the Las Vegas Raiders take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And we're throwing in £5,000 to play with while you're there, because it is expensive, so we have you covered for it all. Clear your calendar the 2nd of January to the 7th of January, and this could be the best way to start your new year. Good luck from Mrs. Claus.
21 plus. UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rates. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across talkSPORT, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
My God, I said Patricia because that's my mum's name, but apparently it's Amelia, Jessica or Anna are the common names for Santa's wife.
But I was looking that Jessica is given the name in the film Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Jessica.
Oh, there you go.
So it's any name you want, basically, for Mrs. Claus. I didn't even know there was a Mrs. Claus.
You did? Shh. Right. Well, let's go for Merry Christmas. Good morning, it's Weekend Breakfast and talkSPORT coming up next. We'll get the latest odds, all thanks to Coral.
This is going to be a bloodbath.
It's one of the fights of the year.
Eubank, I can't wait to smash your head in.
That's why he didn't beat me, and that's why he shall not beat me in November.
Good morning. Welcome to Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. We're live on your smart TV. We're on the YouTube channel, by the way. Cascarino, Jamie O'Hearn's just text saying that you look nice today. He said autumn vibes. So you should let your wife dress you more.
Well,
that's a top tip.
As long as I can say to her, I can tell her what she's going to wear, yeah?
She'll take it well.
No.
Tell you no thanks. We've been talking about the football songs this morning, all the kind of songs when your team's going to a major tournament, the theme songs which come around. Cass has been involved with a couple of them for the Republic of Ireland. This is another big one, isn't it? American football. This one always gets you. talkSPORT Breakfast yesterday, our NFL commentator Will Gavin, affectionately known as Big Ginge by Alan Brazil, he joined the show to discuss his newly acquired status as a cult hero in the USA due to his passionate commentaries. Here's an example of our Will.
Under centre now, Daniel Jones has Pittman going in motion, has Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, gives it to Taylor up the middle, gets the yardage needed for the first down, maybe a yard more. He's past the outside, they haven't brought him down, out to 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Taylor could go all the way here. He's got two blockers. He's going to go all the way. 10, 5, touchdown, Colts! Jonathan Taylor. Unbelievable. And with that, he breaks Edgerrin James, Indianapolis Colts rushing touchdown record. This man is special indeed.
That is brilliant.
It's good,
award-winning Will Gavin there.
Yeah, he's done brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Don't forget, we'll bring you all the commentary from the NFL in Madrid tomorrow with Will as the Miami Dolphins face the Washington Commanders, live on talkSPORT 2 for you tomorrow from 2 o'clock. And it's time now to get the latest odds with Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Coral, the home of the free-to-play Golden Rewards Shaker. 18 plus max one reward per player per selected Shaker day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
And a very good morning to Dave Stevens. How are you, Dave?
Hello,
Good
Dave.
morning. Morning, Shebahn. Morning, Carl. I think I've gone for autumn vibes as well, my outfit. But look, just for anyone who was watching that last piece or is watching this on the stream, obviously, Will's commentary was brilliant, but if you look at the bloke next to him, who I assume is his pundit, or you get backing further and further away the louder Will got. I think I come out of there with perforated eardrums, but that was a great bit of commentary.
The American vibe of commentary, isn't it? It's different levels.
Well,
look, David, there's loads of great events coming. We've got the boxing tonight. We've got Scotland today. Got Republic of Ireland tomorrow. So tell us where you'd like to start.
Well, I'm going to leave Republic of Ireland to my Irish colleague Simon tomorrow. So we've got to start with Scotland. It's the only place to start, Shebahn, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And this huge game. Scotland's performances in qualifying have been better against the so-called bigger teams rather than sort of some of the lesser teams. So they can go to Greece, who, let's face it, haven't got a lot to play for. They can't qualify for next summer's World Cup. And yet they're favourites, Greece, 6-5. Scotland, 12-5, so bigger than 2-1. 23-10 the draw. I think this is a great opportunity, Shebahn. Do you share my confidence? Now, I want Scotland to qualify for the World Cup. They add so much to it. And from a bookmaker's perspective, of course we want them there because the Scots are such patriotic punters. But do you share my confidence tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Always got to have confidence and belief. It's always version on delusion as well, but that's okay. I think Steve Clark said it in his press conference a couple of days ago. We're not going for a point. We're going for 3 points. I think mentality will be huge here, and knowing that we're good enough to get there. This is a good enough squad to get past Greece and keep it in our hands at Hampden on Tuesday. So, yes, everything crossed. Up the Scots.
Yeah. Absolutely. Look, 1-0 to Scotland is 7-1. That would absolutely do the job. Denmark, obviously, we expect will beat Belarus. So, obviously, they're tied on 10 points at the moment. So, yeah, that's really exciting, I think. I'm looking forward to watching that one. Wales, look, they're not going to be backable against Liechtenstein. Obviously, they're 33-1 on. So, it really does come down to how many they might score. If they score 6, I think they go level with North Macedonia on goal difference. Now, that might be asking for a bit much, but 3-0 is 4-1. Again, you just want to see Wales. I think they're already, it's all a bit complicated. They're already guaranteed a place in the playoffs, aren't they? Because of their Nations League performance. But I think finishing second in the group will aid that. So, yeah, we just want to see a glut of goals at Wales tonight.
Boxing, David, because obviously things have changed over the last few days slightly. I'm a bit more that I feel like Conor Benn's got a slightly better chance because of, I said to Shebahn earlier that I feel like he learnt a lot in that defeat. And the way he spoke of saying that he got it absolutely tactically wrong, but it's still a big arse. Eubank will still be the favourite.
He is, but the first fight, the betting was close, which often it isn't in boxing. It's even closer this time. Chris Eubank Jr. is still favourite, Cash. You're absolutely right. Look, he's the bigger man. He's the stronger man. He's probably technically the better boxer. He's 8-11. Conor Benn, though, 5-4 this time, which is, he was around 7-4, 2-1 for the first bout. So he is considerably shorter. The draw is only 14-1. Now, whether, I'm already talking about a third fight between these two, we'll leave that. But clearly, we think it's going to be close. I think most pundits think it's going to be close. Does Conor Benn have to win it, by a knockout, 5-2 to do so? If it goes the distance, is Chris Eubank, just as the better boxer almost, going to win it again? But look, boxing matches often get hyped up. This doesn't need it. I think this genuinely, if it's anything like the first bout, has all the ingredients for a modern classic.
It's miserable out there, Dave. How's this affecting things at Cheltenham?
Well, luckily, Cheltenham has the go-ahead today for their big day. Storm Claudia. I mean, what a terrible name for a storm. It was a bit more than Claudia, wasn't it? But we do have a couple of non-runners in the big race, the Gold Cup off there. But Vincenzo for Sam Thomas, a Welsh trainer, so he'll be well used to this sort of weather, is now the favourite ahead of Il Ridotto, last year's winner, owned by a group of very enthusiastic owners, including Sir Alex Ferguson. He's going for back-to-back wins. And I tell you where it could be, again, a bit blustery is at Twickenham, where England versus New Zealand. England have only won 2 of their last 21, I think, against the All Blacks. They are the slightest of favourites, 10-11, even money New Zealand. So very little between them. Another close one expected. And Wales 1-6 to beat Japan 9-2. Wales, new coach Steve Tandy, he needs to turn things around pretty quickly against a team that realistically is one of the few teams Wales should be beating.
Dave, thank you so much for your time this morning. Have a good day, all right?
Thanks,
Cheers, guys.
All the best. Dave Stevens there with a look at the latest odds with Coral. 18+, be gambleaware.org, and please gamble responsibly.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Coral, the home of the free-to-play Golden Rewards Shaker. 18+, max 1 reward per player per selected Shaker day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
And coming up next on Weekend Breakfast, we'll speak to former England defender Gary Mabbutt next.
be shaken yet, but you might prove them wrong. Even long shots make it.
Good morning. This is the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. My name's Shebahn Aherne with former Villa striker Tony Cascarino. Name that song.
No, I don't know.
We've been doing major tour.
Yeah, I know, but I've never heard that one. It sounds great, though.
This, I believe, is Scotland from '98. Don't come home too soon.
Oh, was it that one?
Telemetry. They've got some tunes.
Wow.
Didn't know they did a World Cup song.
Well, they did come home very soon, really, didn't they?
Yeah, enough.
It's a good tune.
The taking part that counts, Gaz.
Yeah.
It does sound like a good song. What was his name again, the telemetry guy?
I don't know. I can't help you on that one, Shebahn.
Hold on, I'll find it. I mean it. Name, singer.
Oh, it's a tune, I know that.
Justin Curry. Great songs. Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
It doesn't sound like a football song, though, does it? It's
somber.
Yeah.
Like we're sad that we're going to the '98 World Cup. We're going to have to.
No, yeah. Well, Brazil were happy you were there.
Yeah. Coming up for you here on talkSPORT today. Oh, we've got a good day in store, haven't we? After us, Max and Charlie are here with the warm-up from 10 o'clock all the way through to 1 o'clock. And then it's our Sam Ellard alongside Scott Minto bringing you all of the biggest sporting stories and updates from the latest sport on the Saturday section. Over on talkSPORT 2, we've got League One commentary. We've got Jack Wilshere's Luton Town taking on Rotherham United. Kick-off is at 3 and 5 o'clock. Kick-off with Rory Jennings alongside Ollie Klink. And then 7 o'clock, a huge one for you tonight, live at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for full live commentary of Chris Eubank Jr versus Conor Ben 2. It's the rematch. We've got the whole undercard on the go, the main event. If you're out and about, we will keep you posted on all of the footy scores as well in the internationals. But come and join us tonight on Fight Night here on talkSPORT. It's the Weekend Breakfast here. England look to make it 8 wins from 8 as they tackle Albania in the last game of the World Cup qualifying tomorrow. I love that. This is the big story for England. 8 wins from 8. Scotland are trying to qualify, Wales are trying to qualify, Ireland, Northern Ireland, but England are going for 8 wins out of 8. It's so good.
Yeah, they are. There's no doubt that England are a really good side, but also the teams are up against. Serbia are not the Serbia. Obviously, Serbia's been broken up, or the sort of that part of Montenegro where there was the great players come from. And by the way, Serbia's got a lot of their players still play top flight football. A few of them in the Premier League as well. But England are just, they won 5-0 out there. They won 2-0. They've beaten Serbia 7-0 on aggregate. England are just so comfortable in this group. It's not even a case of England qualify. It's going to be how many wins.
Well, they've qualified.
They're doing 9 darters, England, aren't they?
I can't.
147s.
Got very comfortable, to be fair. And there's still lots of questions, though, that need answering for Thomas Tuchel before he selects his final World Cup squad. God love him. Speaking to talkSPORT Breakfast yesterday, football writer and presenter Henry Winter says he thinks there are spots up for grabs in the England 11.
Well, I think we know about 8 or 9 of the starting 11. I mean, there's a debate at left back, although O'Reilly did so well. But I just like his approach, and everything's about competition, and people seem slightly surprised almost what he's doing. But I think it's just simple good management. He's challenging players to go and deliver. But I agree with you. Phil Foden is certainly not a 9, possibly a false 9, and I'm sure if Ollie Watkins gets back into form. But the other one you should also consider as a 9, or as an option as a 9, is Marcus Rashford. Obviously, yes. He's there as Anthony Gordon's deputy on the left, although Eze came on and played on the left and did superbly, but different player from those two. But I think Rashford goes as the third centre forward.
Football writer there, Henry Winter, on Breakfast yesterday. For more on this and for Thomas Tuchel's decent headache to have with England, we can speak now to former England defender and legendary Spurs captain Gary Mabbutt. Good morning, Gary.
Gary.
Morning, Cass. Always a pleasure to be joining you.
Oh, it's good to see you again.
Gary, have England ever had so much depth and luxury in so many positions? I mean, you're now talking about, maybe in left back or maybe another central defender, but England have just got an absolute incredible array of talent.
Cass, absolutely true. And when you look at the qualifying campaign, I mean, nothing in life is ever perfect, but this is as near perfect as you could ever get for a qualifying campaign for the World Cup. I mean, you look at the backbone that he's got there, with Pickford, with Stones, with Declan Rice, then with with Bellingham for me, and then with Kane up front, and the players around them. You've got to me, I think Bellingham's the maestro of all this, can make things happen. The way that Thomas Tuchel puts his teams together, he's quite defensive minded, but he's asking the players to be challenged. He challenges them. He wants them to be fighting for their places. That's exactly what he's got. And 7 wins out of 7, no goals conceded, 22 goals or 3 goals scored, whatever. And Cass, all us England supporters, we all get carried away with things, and this is going to be our time. I'm exactly like that. I believe we've got a fantastic opportunity. I'm seeing some of the bigger teams. Ronaldo, fantastic player, but 41 taking Portugal into the finals.
Yeah.
You've got other teams there. Yes, you've got Spain, you've got France, you've got Argentina. But when I look at all the teams and everything coming together, our mix of quality with the youngsters coming through, with the experience that we have in that squad, for me, I'm enjoying it. I mean, Stones at the back, he's like a great red wine. He's getting better with age.
You lot not learning your lesson overhyping England going to World Cups.
Thanks. I knew you'd come back at me on that one.
Well, it's Gary. It's what are the positions? If we're looking at left back, Luke Shaw, O'Reilly came into the team the other night against Serbia, done really well, looked really comfortable in there. I mean, is that one of maybe that position another centre half? Because I think Konza and also Mark Gay will certainly be the 2 centre halves, and John Stones in there as well. So there isn't really any area that I'd go, well, absolute England are desperate for that position to be filled by a number of players. They've just got so much choice.
Yeah, Cascom, I think we've got at least 2 or 3 players for each position, and. As you know what it's like in football, you've got to have that competition for places, and we have that now. And players are fighting for their places. And I mean, I was at the game against Serbia this week, and whilst it wasn't the best of football being played, I thought certainly when the changes were made, when Bellingham came on, when Foden came on, and the goals that we scored. I mean, obviously Saka and Eze's goals, were fantastic, and the build up to those goals. So. As we say, you look at the way the campaign has gone. Yes, Cass, you mentioned it earlier. Are these teams the best in the world we're playing against? Of course not. Of course not. But you still have to win these games, and we've been winning them comfortably.
Yeah, that exactly. Can I ask you, Gary, about the finishers, the subs that are coming on and getting the job done? Where do you stand on this kind of new finishers-looking football, or the bomb squad, as Tuchel's calling it?
well, again, I mean, for me. What's difficult, Shebahn, when you have these international games is that they get to join up probably 2 or 3 days before a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing like you have with an actual a Premier League side where you're together the whole time, you're building the whole time. Any problems you get, you're working on them. You're building partnerships. In football, you have to build partnerships all around the field. And then you build those partnerships, then you build like the left-hand side of the field, the middle of the field, the right-hand side. You build a team together. When you get together for England, you get 2 or 3 days to make all these things work. And so, that's very difficult. And, so that's an important thing, I think, for Thomas now. I've been with Thomas a couple of times. I've been to a couple of Spurs games recently. So I've sat alongside him a couple of times. Some great conversations. I really like him. I like his ideas. I like the way he's put things in place. He can be confrontational with the players. I like that. So, he's getting the players to react.
Gary, whatever happened? The bomb squad used to be going and train with the reserves. Yeah. What happened to the bomb squad? Now it's the bomb squad coming off the bench to make a difference in the team that are already doing well.
But again, Cast, I mean, he's got to go out there and put the team that he feels is his absolute best team. I would love to see him, some more friendlies to come as well. I'd love to see him just actually putting the team that he actually wants to play with. Get that team in place for the first game of the World, what he feels will be his team for that first game. Yeah. And let them play 2 or 3 games together. And yes, all the other players, they're fighting for a place, fighting to come in. But get the team that you want, get them in place, get them playing together, and, get, I suppose, that routine of them being together and playing together.
Really good problem to have. Well, we've got you, Gary, as well. Like you say, you've been watching Spurs with Thomas Tuchel. What's your thoughts on them?
Thomas Frank.
No, you've been watching Spurs with Thomas Tuchel, right?
Oh, with him. Okay, sorry, yeah.
What's your thoughts on Thomas Frank? Is it looking good for you?
Yes, Shebahn. I mean, obviously, the key word is patience. He's just come in. We've had a number of injuries, but our home form has has not been the best. We struggled at home to create opportunities to score goals. But what Thomas has done, first and foremost, when he first came in, his first job was to actually stop us conceding such soft goals as we did last season. That's worked very well.
Yeah.
We've got players in place. He's brought Polina in on loan from Bayern Munich. He's doing a fantastic job in front of the back four. So that area, we're getting organised. Away from home, I think we're one of the best records away from home and probably one of the worst records at home. So yes, things still have to be worked on.
Yeah.
But I like Thomas Frank. I think he's going to be an excellent manager. I think he's got the players. He's got the youngsters coming through the ranks. All the players coming in. Kudus has been amazing. I think Xavi Simons could be as similar to a Luka Modric if he's given time. When Luka came in, it took him 10 to 12 games to actually get the pace of the Premier League and everything before he actually started to shine. Xavi Simons, I think, will be the same.
Okay.
But Xavi needs support around him. And as I say, at the moment, we've got a few injuries. We're hoping to get back there pretty quickly. But no, I mean, I like Thomas. I like the way things are going. And despite us not being at our best, we're fifth in the Premier League. We're unbeaten in the Champions League. So no, I think things are going along nicely, but I think we have to show some patience.
You like Thomas's. That's what I'm taking away from this conversation.
Absolutely, Shebahn, absolutely.
You look, by the way, we're watching on the smart TV. You look like a ray of sunshine this morning, Gary Mabbutt. You look so well.
Well, thank you. I took the dog for a walk very early this morning. It was a bit grey, bit of mist and everything. So I thought, no, try and brighten the day up for you.
You do. You look like a
nice yellow shirt on.
Cass' wife chose his outfit this morning. Don't you think he looks well?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, he does.
You both always look great. You both look younger every time I'm on with you. So fantastic. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Well, Gary, last time I saw you was on the red carpet at the Legends of Football night for Gary Lineker and Jill Scott, and he's stylish as our Gary as well, because you had a Louis Vuitton bag.
Oh.
Yeah, you had your Louis Vuitton with you to keep your medicine in it, didn't you? And I thought, wow, you're stylish. I could knock that. I could put that on eBay.
It was a lovely evening, Shebahn.
It was really nice. Gary, thanks so much for coming on. Good to talk to you.
Cheers, Gary.
Always a pleasure. Take care.
Former Spurs and, of course, England defender Gary Mabbutt there. Don't forget Albania versus England tomorrow, live on talkSPORT from 4, kick-off at 5. And coming up next, the big names have been out ahead of tonight's fight between Ben and Eubank Jr. We'll hear from all of them next on talkSPORT.
This is going to be a bloodbath.
It's one of the fights of the year.
Eubank, I can't wait to smash your head in.
That's why he didn't beat me, and that's why he shall not beat me in November.
Good morning. This is the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT with Shebahn Aherne and former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino. We've been doing theme songs for World Cups, for countries and for European Championships and whatnot. This one, can you name it, Cass?
Your man.
Your man.
Your man.
Who's your man?
Yeah, your man.
Your man.
Yeah, and that's Dana, isn't it?
This is the one, yeah, Dana.
Yeah, Dana.
Dana.
Yeah, because I did Bannister in Ireland, which was like a reality show, and Dana was on it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she was on it.
She's a woman, right? Okay.
I mean, I think Dana's in her 70s.
Was she nice?
Yeah, she was lovely. She went political. She went very political in Ireland.
Oh, right, okay.
So we did this reality. I mean, she was obviously quite a big name for a certain time,
Yeah.
certainly in the 80s.
Well, this was the 1982 World Cup.
1982, I was going to say.
Ireland.
Yeah, that was the famous one with Jerry Armstrong, Billy Hamilton's team. Yeah, they were a handful, that team.
Northern Ireland still in a chance as well of getting to the World Cup. We've got lots of nations to support. Quick headlines for you this morning, by the way. Rory McIlroy continued his charge for his 7th race to Dubai title after a strong second round at the DP World Tour Championship. Speaking of Northern Ireland, their man hit a 3 under 69 to sit in a 5-man tie for second alongside the likes of Ireland's Shane Lowry and England's Justin Rose. I can confirm that Cass has it on the big screen just now.
McIlroy's just missed a putt that must have been 2 foot.
Tied at second. Interesting.
Yeah, he's lying in second spot in a minute.
And the greatest rivalry in British boxing resumes tonight. Conor Benn looks for revenge over Chris Eubank Jr. And it's live on talkSPORT.
If your hand never touches me again, you won't get it back.
I'm going to hit him round the face with an egg.
His own team don't even like him.
You lot are in for a treat.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Ben's a good mate of mine. I want to see him knock him out cold tonight. And away they go again. And they're throwing huge numbers of punches.
Lick him up, lick him up, lick him.
That was one of the greatest fights I've seen in a British ring for a long, long time.
Go for the rematch for the excitement, the history, and the big payday.
The procedure will be parliamentary. You guys will see.
Yeah. November 15th.
Rastafari! It's going to be brilliant tonight. Conor Benn looking to bounce back from defeat in the first fight. Eubank and Benn reignited a family feud in April, 35 years after their dads, Chris Eubank Sr. and Nigel Benn, began the story with 2 all-action contests. All 3 judges scored the first bout 116 to 112 in Eubank Jr.'s favour at the same venue in April, but some argued it was a much closer fight than it worked out. All across the week on the talkSPORT network, we've been building up to this. Who else than getting the men in the studio who started it all 35 years ago? It's been some week here at talkSPORT. Legends in the building. Eubank Sr. joined in White and Jordan earlier in the week and spoke about that viral moment of his arrival in the last fight, but rejected the fact that he was paid to be there.
Paid? You can't buy me. I don't work that way. But were you paid?
You were paid.
So hold on. So Simon has come in there and he's actually now he wants to press the point. I was not paid a penny, and I didn't take a penny. I was offered money. I would never take a money. You know why? You know why? Because integrity doesn't work that way. That's why I'm done, Gorgon. That's why I am trusted. That's why I am loved. Why? Because I am true.
He's expected to be there tonight as well. I mean, it was absolute chaos when the lift opened and then the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium erupted.
Do you know, Chris Eubank Sr. makes me drop. I can't stop laughing. He makes me laugh because the way he's brilliant. He's so good TV or radio, listening to him, but absolute box office. It just makes me laugh.
This is funny about Eddie Hearn because he'd said that when he threw his dad a birthday party, he asked Eubank Sr. to come, I wasn't paid to be there. And Eddie Hearn told talkSPORT that he asked him for a fee to go to his dad's birthday party. Which makes me think, well, were you paid this whole time to go to Spurs, backing it? But you never know. I mean, when Eddie put that story out there, I thought, okay.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, it does make me laugh. It does. Because he's just the way he talks and says things and, integrity. You can't buy my integrity. Straight back at Simon Jordan. It's just funny.
Oh, the two of them together was just this.
Oh, Simon would love it. Having that,
The two of them were out this full class, big language and vocabulary at each other. I was like, I don't know where to look.
Do you know what? There was a great clip when he's been interviewed and he asked, I don't know who he says, but he says it's to someone, one of the sports, an ex-footballer like myself, and he actually says, "Who are you?" I can't remember who it was, but it was literally like, Who are you? Is like so dismissive of him. He's quite well known. I don't think it was Dean Saunders, but it would have been even better
if it was. Meanwhile, by the way, in the Ben camp, Father Nigel admitted that losing the first fight was actually a good thing for his boy Connor.
After we all know what he went through and the depression, the nervous breakdown, the thing that he was actually going through. To watch him now, and it's so funny that him losing that fight. I think it was a blessing, the first fight, because I think he would have gone and blown literally everything that he's earned, all the millions, would have just gone. He's had time to sit back, look at his life, think about what happened, and now he's just he's at another level. The training has gone so well. I won't say well, it's gone great. He's actually just at peace in himself, and in loving, even like yesterday when they had a face-off, he was just so relaxed with Chris Jr.
By the way, all of this on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. Pictures just come up this morning of Nigel Benn. Bearing in mind he's 62 years old. He turned 62 in January. In the most unbelievable shape. I mean, that is, I'm going to show you a picture now. Look at him.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. What shape he's in.
Has he been taking them jabs? Different types of jabs.
He's on the Managerial. I'm just joking. But just joking, Nigel Benn, you're in some shape. Some man for one man. Listen, the fight's going to be magic tonight. It's live for you here on talkSPORT from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And coming up next, Cass has been waiting patiently all morning. We'll discuss the Republic of Ireland and their chances of the World Cup next.
Corinthian Casuals are a team in the Combined Counties League Premier Division South. Despite that, they're one of the most important clubs in world football. Here's why. The club was formed in 1939 as the result of a merger between Corinthians FC and Casuals FC. Now, Corinthians FC were founded in the late 1800s when the FA's top brass were sick of getting pumped by Scotland every time they played them. As a result, a man called Nicholas Lane Jackson set up an amateur side which would bring in the best players who could all play for the national side. And it worked. It wasn't long before England were dominating the international fixtures they played, and it was largely down to Corinthians. In fact, in 1894 and 1895, they played consecutive games where Corinthians provided the entire England 11. But the thing is, the players refused to play professional football. They didn't believe in it. They wanted to spread the values of sportsmanship, competition, and played for the love of the game. It also helped that most of the players were Oxbridge graduates who didn't need the money. But instead of entering the league and cup competitions, they played exhibition football and toured the world, bringing the beautiful game with them. And it was this which spread the game throughout the world and made it so popular. Most famously, in 1910, they travelled to Brazil. And the locals in Sao Paulo were so impressed, they started their own team under the same name. Yes, the same Corinthians who won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021, one of the biggest football teams in Brazil. Now, they were global superstars, and despite not being professional, Corinthians drew in the crowds. Everybody wanted to play them, everybody wanted to watch them. So much so, they regularly played the winners of the FA Cup in what eventually became the Community Shield, winning most of the time. They actually inflicted Manchester United's worst defeat, 11-3, a record which still stands to this day. Now, fast forward to today, Corinthian Casuals still don't pay their staff or players. The ethos of sportsmanship is still at the heart of everything that they do. And even though they're a side in the lower leagues, if you make the trip to King George's Field in Tolworth just off the A3, you'll most likely bump into Brazilian Corinthians fans who often make the pilgrimage across the globe just to watch their founding team play.
Good morning, you're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. We're the world's biggest sports radio station. We're live on the radio, we're live on your smart TV and on your YouTube channel. My name's Shebahn Aherne, and with me, former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
Coming up for you, there's a massive game for Scotland tonight. We look to secure automatic qualification to the World Cup, travelling to Greece, and Scotland's Ali McCoist is confident.
I think we've got a chance, you know, and crazy as it may seem, they gave us a go. I know we ended up winning the game, I think it was 3-1, but I think we're actually capable of going, sitting, you know, been difficult to beat and maybe getting forward.
I don't think anybody in Scotland is more famous or liked than Ali McCoist.
Well, he's very popular.
Liked man, isn't he?
He's got a lot of jobs, Ali, isn't he?
A lot of jobs.
Don't stop.
Jobs, yeah, exactly that. The one kicks off at 7:45 tonight. Scotland have to draw to put qualification in our hands. That'll be against Denmark Tuesday, Hampden Park. Plus, Ireland and Wales have huge games this weekend in order to get to the World Cup. We'll review and preview all of the action. Plus, Chris Eubank Jr meets Conor Benn in the rematch at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tonight, live on talkSPORT. talkSPORT commentator John Rawlings doesn't think Eubank Jr is as prepared as he was for the fight in April.
Conor Benn looks so much physically stronger and healthier than Chris Eubank. Eubank does not look good in my way of looking at it. He's clearly struggled massively once more to get down to the weight.
if Conor Ben wins this, it's going to be absolute madness. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's live for you here on talkSPORT tonight from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And of course tomorrow, England travel to Albania. Live on talkSPORT, having already secured qualification to next summer's World Cup. Our England correspondent Faye Carruthers will be with us from camp a little bit later on. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. Good morning. So, we've been doing Republic of Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, England theme tunes at major tournaments all morning. Do you know what? I'm buzzing to see you happy because you were delighted with the result against Portugal.
I was, yeah. I was just
because it brings it all back, Cass.
I said in the summer, before we came into the September period of international games and beyond, I said I felt that there was something developing with the Republic of Ireland, and then it crashed with everybody so shocked at the Armenia result away that I thought, wow, where did that come from? And there was real, shoots of success, feeling that they're going to get close to qualifying. So obviously they come back from 2-0 down against Hungary and got a 2-2 draw, which was great in the end. Look, Hungary away tomorrow is going to be a real test because the pressure in this game, and fantastically for Ireland, is that the pressure is going to be all on Hungary, because if they get into that stage or that mindset of with an hour gone, it's 0-0 or they're drawing, that one goal they can be, dislodged from that second spot.
Hungary got a good side as well. They really are. But in the week, it was 2 goals from Troy Paddock, got them the 2-0 win. Cristiano Ronaldo got his first ever red card for his country after that elbow. In the second half on Daryl O'Shea, it went to VAR. And you can't hide now from VAR. And the Ireland fans were loving it. They were doing crybaby faces to Ronaldo as he went off the pitch. They properly got under his skin. It was a little bit of a luck of the Irish moment, actually, as well. Seeing Ronaldo going off, no disrespect to him, but huge night for Troy Paddock, a bit of a resurgence.
Well, I'm delighted for him because Troy, if you go through his career from Tottenham as a young lad and then going out on loan to places like Milton, MK Dons, Millwall, he was there, but he was injured at Millwall. He hardly played.
Yeah.
And I think about 10, 11 chances he had, but it wasn't right. And he's only 23. Now, remember that because that's important. And Tottenham gave him a new contract not so long ago before they sold him to the Netherlands. And he's done brilliant at AZ Alkmaar. He's got a great scoring record this season, which has been terrific. But he's suffered and blighted by injuries. It's similar to where Evan Ferguson's got to, where he made inroads early on in his teenage years. Didn't quite happen once he got injuries. And then he's gone backwards and he's finding it really hard to get goals. But Troy Parrott's only 23. So he's got loads of time and he could be a late developer. Because what I have seen of him, there's hope there that Ireland have got a really decent centre forward. Algrenson always said that he wanted Troy Parrott to be back into the squad because he had so much more.
He's right.
And seeing him get the couple of goals, and I saw an interview with him before the game, and he was so humble in his interview that he was really felt he was in a good place. He'd gone with his girlfriend to the Netherlands, and they really enjoy it. He said the Netherlands is very similar to Ireland. Everywhere's close. So if you want to go somewhere, it's always close. It's not too far away. It's a bit like going to Ireland. If you're in Dublin and you wanted to go to Wexford or wherever, it isn't too far away to go. And he was saying that he really feels happy there and really excited. And the option was put to him about, would you want to get back to the Premier League? And he was like, I'm really happy where I am. I'm playing really good football. And really that was before the game.
Well, that's such an important place to be in. And it showed in the pitch earlier on in the week. We can do a little bit of this for you now, Cass.
We'll put them under pressure. I will be here as long as I feel that the people...
This one's not grabbing me as much. This is the Ireland World Cup song from 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good. I
like that one? Which one would you prefer? On the Lash, House on Your Back, or this? Oh yeah, of course. For those at the back, Billy, turn it up.
Oh, this is rocking. Everywhere we went, rocking. Brilliant.
Oh, someone will be singing along with us now is former Ireland winger Stephen Hunt. Good morning, Stephen.
Stephen.
You well?
Yeah, great. Oh, look, Stephen, I've so, I mean, I'm sure you're the same. Thursday night was just magnificent, wasn't it?
Yeah, Cass, actually, I've only just got back from the game now, so you can imagine.
Just got in.
You're at an airport.
I'm at an airport, in Birmingham Airport, yeah.
God bless you.
Literally got back in. So, no, the game was amazing. The atmosphere on the night was electric and not heard anything like it in a long time like that. So, to get the Irish fans on board again and have them the way they were after the game, it was amazing and great to see.
Tell us about Troy Parrott, because I just sort of gave the rundown there of his career, and at 23 years old, it feels like I feel like he's suddenly become a man now, and that sounds like because he's obviously been that for quite a while. But at 23, it feels like he's matured.
Yeah, Cass, I've followed. I've obviously been in the agents game for about 8 or 9 years, and I've followed him closely. And at 15, he was such an athlete, and he was bigger than everybody else. And obviously, then everybody catches up with him, and he's finding his body, and he's a really good striker, right? He's got an eye for goal. He can play off the left. He can play off the right. And I think he's off the field lifestyle right now, where he's at in his life is really suiting him. The calmness in Holland, and he's playing some good football. And again, his interview before the game was really calculated and really focused, and fair play to him. He's gone and done the business.
I'm sure Shebahn wants to ask you about Ronaldo, eh, Shebahn?
Well, did you enjoy that moment, Stephen? I mean, everybody's having their say on it, but of course it was an elbow on O'Shea, but it's his first sending off for his country. The Irish were winding him up as well. I mean, you can't help but have a little giggle at that. I know we shouldn't laugh at anyone being sent off, but it was almost funny in the way that it played out.
Yeah, Shebahn, his interview before the game, on the day before the game, was really strange, in my opinion. It just didn't feel like the Ronaldo, oh, don't boo me tomorrow, or whatever. Normally he likes to be the bad boy, he likes centre of attention, and it was almost like he was looking for the attention and love of the Irish fans. Well, he certainly got that. And,
it got in his head.
As he was leaving the pitch, it was honestly, it was like a pantomime. I know it's Christmas, but it was the Irish fans were loving it, and they cheered him off. And listen, they were respectful of him during the game. Yeah. He ain't the Ronaldo of old for sure. He didn't really move too well in the game, watching him and how he was playing, but obviously he's very dangerous in the box. So he wants to get to the World Cup. It looks like they probably will do, and he'll get his last hurrah there, I suppose.
Yeah. Stephen, tell us what you're thinking about tomorrow, because obviously Hungary, 2:00 tomorrow afternoon, away, and just how are you seeing it?
Yeah, I watched the Armenia-Hungary game beforehand. Armenia are not a bad side, but Hungary looked a little bit nervous, in fairness. And
had their chances, Armenia, Stephen, didn't they?
Yeah, they did last minute as well. They missed the sitter last minute. So Armenia are actually not that bad, to be fair to them.
Yeah.
But I do think we've got a chance going there. Hopefully, I actually seen Seamus after the game. He did more fist pumps in 10 minutes than in the last 10 years for Ireland. Hopefully, he's got some energy left for the game. Comes tomorrow, so be good.
Well, listen, fingers crossed. Looking forward to this one. The hope is alive. Cass is going down memory lane this morning. You'll be doing the same for yourself, Stephen. I just wanted to ask you about Coventry keeper Carl Rushworth. He's been in good form for Championship side table toppers Coventry. Do you think there's an opportunity for him to make a late push for the England squad, or is that too soon?
Yeah, Shebahn, he's just a player that's gone about his business quite quietly. He's played a lot of games. He went out on loan 3-4 years now from Brighton and won Player of the Year pretty much every time he's been fit. So he's playing with Coventry. The one thing I would say, he's always been the same humble guy that I know, and he's determined to keep going his career going the one way. Frank Lampard is an exceptional manager, I think. He's very calm. He'll know what ability he has from seeing him every day in training. And listen, England, all they have to do is pick up the phone to Frank, right, and ask the question how he is. So he's got to keep the blinkers on. Literally, I am going to the race today, so I can't say that with him. So keep the blinkers on and keep going forward. Yeah. And yes, I do think he's good enough, though. I do think he's got really good calmness about him, and he can handle the occasion. So looking forward to see how he progresses.
Well, thank you for bringing that up, Stephen. We appreciate it. And thank you so much for your time this morning. Get home safe. You've probably missed about 10 flights celebrating. You'll be in the doghouse. Stephen Hunt there.
I'm already in the doghouse.
Good luck, Stephen.
Wait till you qualify. Former England winger there, Stephen Hunt. Don't forget the big game is tomorrow, Hungary, Ireland. Kick-off time is at 2:00. We'll keep you posted here on talkSPORT with all of the updates. Coming next on the Weekend Sports Breakfast, we will discuss Cristiano Ronaldo in a bit more detail. Is he putting himself above personal achievement?
This is going to be a bloodbath.
It's one of the fights of the year.
Eubank, I can't wait to smash your head in.
That's why he didn't beat me, and that's why he shall not beat me in November.
The crowd are on the pitch. Well, some of the crowd are on the pitch. They think it's all over, but it is now.
Oh, this is one of the classics, isn't it? Number 1 2 weeks as well. So we've had 2 number 1s in the music charts.
This John Barnes one?
Yeah, World in Motion.
Yeah.
This was a really clever song.
Yeah, this is 1990. World in Motion, England's World Cup anthem.
Yeah.
Johnny Barnes taking the old solo. I was at an event recently and he got up on stage and did this.
Yeah, I know he does, yeah.
We
done the Anfield. Do you remember he done the Anfield rap as well?
Yeah.
He's been involved in a few, hasn't he?
Yeah, this one gets in your head.
Yeah.
Even as a Scot, you're like, shut up! But this one will be getting dug out.
It got to number 1 spot.
Like you're saying, a lot of these songs
have done well, yeah. Oh, the Irish one, obviously, and them didn't, but England, certainly. They've had a couple. With Back Home, which was, like I said earlier, 3 weeks, number 1, back in 1970.
We've not even played It's Coming Home yet, have we? Is that like banned?
Is it banned?
You, Sam? Like, why has that not been played yet? You're the Englishman through there. It wasn't an official song. It's the only song you hear. It's not an official song. 3 lines. It's coming home. I can't believe that. There you go. You learn something new every day. No, don't play it, thanks. Can you play it if you want? I'm happy to. Okay, let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. He was sent off against the Republic of Ireland. He got that straight red during Portugal's World Cup qualifier. Portugal were trailing 2-0. Ronaldo then clashed with Daryl O'Shea, went to VAR. The referee checked it, and the yellow card was then upgraded to a red after the review. So was Ronaldo really putting an elbow into what looks like Daryl O'Shea's kind of back, kind of top.
Yeah, in the ribs, sort of.
Yeah. It was Ronaldo's first red card in 226 games for Portugal. So they're going to be without their captain for Sunday's home match against Armenia, with a win needed to secure their spot at the tournament. And then if they get there, the likeliness is he would maybe miss the first couple of games as well. There's a
well, the likeliness it should do, because you're meant to miss games if you get red carded.
True.
So,
True.
You know.
What do you think of his antics in that moment? I mean,
it's very hard when you're. There's something about Ronaldo that is unlikable, as in everything is. It always seems to revolve around him. I don't know him. I know players who played with him. If you look at him for what he's done in football, is extraordinary. He's an amazing physical specimen. He absolutely is ultra professional in the way he goes about his business, Shebahn. But there's a side to him that it doesn't feel that humble at times. Look, he's achieved the all-time goal-scoring record with Portugal. He's achieved the all-time cap record. He's chasing Pele's record. So these are all individual accolades, and absolutely fair play to him, because that's driving him to be the best he can be. So we have to applaud him for that. But there's a side to him that just doesn't feel like he's a team player sometimes, and yet you could argue, well, of course he's a team player, because he gets some loads of goals and the team benefit by all his achievements. But if you look at, I know Portugal won the Euros, but if you look at Portugal in World Cup terms under Ronaldo, they've not done particularly well, when they've gone to major tournaments.
Okay.
And his goal scoring's nowhere near the level of what he does in qualifying or in all the games prior to that in other competitions. So it's a hard one because I've always admired more than most people who are really great but humble. People like Jack Nicklaus, Watson, Rory McIlroy. You know, I've enjoyed them sort of players in golf. Federer in tennis. You know, that type of... Bobby Charlton was an absolute legend off the field and on it for England as a footballer. Bobby Moore. These types of characters. You know, they would never have acted like Ronaldo.
It just doesn't surprise you, though, anymore. I mean,
I know. I feel like I'm being harsh. And I'm trying to be careful because you have to applaud him for how good and great he's been for so long.
I mean, you don't want to compare people, but, I mean, you look at what Ronaldo's done to his body, how he's looked after himself.
Yeah.
I mean, you put him next to any other 40-year-old, it's ridiculous. I mean, he's got the body of, like, a younger man, a much younger man. So... You know, if that's what pushes him, that's what motivates him, he thinks he's better than the rest, and he is actually.
I know. I hear this phrase a lot of people about you must love yourself, but there's something I find awkward about loving yourself. I don't know. I just do. I find it awkward. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But I always sort of feel uncomfortable thinking that
you're a team player. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel. Of course you can feel. It's nice to be confident. I get that, but then there's a line in the sand there, isn't there, to some way, where you can take it too far, where it becomes all about you. And Thursday night was all about him in Ireland, and Portugal have been beaten 2-0. Roberto Martinez is going to take some of the fallout for this because their performance was awful and his team selection was crazy in consideration that they looked really disjointed.
Yeah,
against Ireland,
like you say, he's put it out.
So
it's going to be his last.
I don't know. Now, how would you do? You feel, as a woman, sometimes with, of course, being confident to a degree, but is there a line in the sand where people push it way too far if they, I don't know, love yourself so much?
He's different gravy, isn't he? He's from a different cloth. I mean, there's nobody on the planet, I think, like Ronaldo. I mean, you look at Messi and his achievements, his individual.
Yeah, well, he's a great example of saying he's very low key.
He's nothing like that.
No, nothing.
He's nothing like Ronaldo. No. But then also look and go, well, he is the way he is. I think he seems like maybe what he does off the pitch is, there's backstories there, but I think he does good things for people. Yeah. But on the pitch, there's an element of brat about him, and he loves himself and he puts himself first. And sometimes the best are just cut from another cloth, and he knows he's the best.
But there are people who are the very best, and I mentioned a good few just now that were humble.
Yeah.
Were humble. And, Jack Nicklaus is the most humble man you could meet and has won the most majors in golf.
Yeah.
There was that about him.
I agree. I mean, you meet people in this industry, and in some cases you kind of wish you hadn't. You think, why have you got this arrogance about you? And it's because fame, power and money will make you a certain way. And, maybe Ronaldo's a product of that. But he also is. You cannot take away from him. Unbelievable at what he's done and what he's achieved.
If you watched the Ireland game, and Ronaldo was clearly out of sorts, but it wasn't just him, it was the whole team.
Oh, he was rattled.
But he totally took it upon himself to literally... Every player on the pitch he was berating, and you could say, well, he's team captain, so he's trying to get more, and but it felt like it became too much, where no one was going to say, well, what about you?
Well, this is it.
Do you know what I mean?
No one's going to call him out.
No one's calling him out. His manager doesn't call him out. Martinez. It feels like Ronaldo's running the whole Portugal's setup. And maybe he is. I don't know, but it feels like that from the outside.
Interesting.
And I'm sure there'll be a lot of players that might be thinking, well, hold it. You've achieved all the goals that and you've been brilliant for us, but maybe there's a time when you've got to go, someone's got to call you out.
Yeah.
No one would dare to because he's so on a pedestal by everybody, and rightly so for his achievements.
Yeah, you wonder who the person
is. But he'll end up being the fall guy because people will just turn around and say he went on too long.
And then they'll go on to blame him for what was. And
they'll point the finger at him because he's been very much part of all the success that Portugal have had, generally.
So. Yeah.
You can't deny that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's interesting. It's an interesting point that you make. We'll feed this back to Ronaldo and get this to his camp, and he'll see you for a fight, maybe next fight next year.
I admire him. I think he's incredible. To see someone at 40 doing what he's doing is beyond belief.
Oh yeah, these different levels. Coming up next for you on Weekend Breakfast, we'll go into the England camp. We'll speak to our England correspondent, Faker Others, next. Good morning, this is the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT with me, Shebahn Aherne, and former Millwall striker Tony Cascarino, who's getting hammered.
Oh, here we go. Well, because of Ronaldo.
Yeah, oh my God. He's carried Portugal and he's earned the respect. What a load of tosh, Tony. It's a new feature for the show. But Tony is 100% right about Ronaldo. Brilliant player and professional, but a narcissist with a huge ego, which you did point out. You can't take away for his achievements, but
there is a side to him. Look, I did say there's great sportsmen and women who have done, incredible feats, but have been humble people.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo isn't that.
And that's your point. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. 81089 is the text number this morning. Your headlines: Joss Hazelwood has been ruled out of the first Ashes test, leaving Australia's pace bowling depleted for the series opener against England in Perth. Steve Clark says that every one of his Scotland players will have to bring their A game if Scotland are going to get World Cup qualifying results they need against Greece. If we get a point or a win tonight, well, then it's all to play for on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to be.
Our hands. And yesterday, Troy Deeney joined Sam Matterface and said the return of Jude Bellingham seriously puts Morgan Rogers' England place in serious doubt.
For as much as I can't see a world, and maybe you could disagree with me, but I can't see a world we go into a World Cup where Morgan Rogers is starting over Jude Bellingham. I just can't see it. Happy to be proven wrong as always, but I like the fact that he had to come in and earn his shirt. I do like that.
Fair point.
Yeah.
I mean, Bellingham is a long way ahead of Morgan Rogers at the moment, but that doesn't stop, what happens between now and the end of the season. from things changing. They do. Things change.
Things change fast, that's for sure. England out in Tirana ahead of their final game in World Cup qualifying, looking to make it 8 wins from 8 and also clean sheets along the way. They've scored goals. It's looking positive. They've yet to concede 1 goal so far. It doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon. We can now speak to our England correspondent Faye Carruthers, who's outside the National Stadium. Good morning and happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
25 again, Faye.
Thank you. Oh yeah, 25. I know I don't look it.
You look 23.
Thank you. That's very kind.
Happy birthday, Faye. Out on the job.
I'll take all the flattery.
So what are you doing on your birthday then, Faye?
Working. We flew in late last night, so I do tend to take my birthday off, to be honest. I think it should be a day of rest personally, but no rest for the wicked today. We've got a packed schedule on talkSPORT, and then we've got Matchday -1 interviews later on here at the stadium when the England players fly in later. I'll be sitting down and speaking to Thomas Tuchel and a player, we don't know who yet, ahead of tomorrow's game.
Faye, I've got to ask you, because you obviously had a good relationship with Gareth Southgate, like you do with Thomas Tuchel, and, you know, tell us the differences you see in the management style, because both, you know, Gareth done incredibly well with England, we mustn't forget that, but Thomas is going with a slightly different approach.
Yeah, I think Gareth always wanted to keep everybody happy and wanted to keep cohesion within the group, and I think Thomas very much definitely wants to keep everyone happy. He doesn't like having to leave players out or tell them that they're not starting, but he understands it for the good of the team, which I think Gareth always did, but it was always trickier because he'd known the players for a lot longer. He had existing relationships with them, knew a lot of them from the under-21s when he was coach there. So I think that's the difference. Thomas Tuchel's kind of come in, you know, fresh, and he's looked at England from the outside rather than from the inside, and it's easier to affect change sometimes in that way because you're less ingrained in the culture, so you can make little tweaks. But what I've really liked when Thomas Tuchel has come in, he uses the word clarity quite a lot. He's making sure that the players know exactly what their role is, whether that is starting, whether that is coming on and making an impact, or whether, unfortunately for some, it will be that they don't go out to the World Cup. So, you know, I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see how that affects this group.
Has he made any indication about what his intentions are tomorrow, Faye, of the line-up, and will people get chances? I mean, England haven't conceded a goal, got 21 points, 7 victories on the spin. So is there any reason to just look a little bit more sideways to see if there's other players who are going to get an opportunity?
Yeah, I think so. It's a really difficult one because he's talked about cohesion and he's talked about the reason he wants to reward players for putting in good performances. And, you know, that's why he's tended broadly, apart from injuries, to stick with the same team in the last couple of camps that have really made an impact. It was interesting, his comments after the game against Serbia on Thursday night, why he said he kept Morgan Rogers in the 10 position and Jude Bellingham on the bench. He actually said it was to do with the pressing, and that he wanted the pressing that he's been really pleased with from Harry Kane, from Morgan Rogers and from Declan Rice in particular, has really made an impact in these last couple of camps. And because they didn't know how Serbia were going to be lining up because they had a new coach, he thought it was more comfortable for those 3 players who've already played that pressing intensity that he's wanted them to, which is slightly different, to adjust it if they needed to against Serbia, depending on how they were going to be lining up. So that was the reason that he gave for it. But then obviously you can't deny the injection that came on when he made the 4 substitutes towards the end of the match, and Bellingham and Foden and Eza made a real difference in particular.
I mean, some of the newspapers over here this morning, Faye, their headlines been anger management. Of course, subs are going to be grumpy if they're not starting the games, especially when you look at the impact they have had. You'll know about this, but for me, I'm getting Serena Wiegman vibes. That it's going to be this complete squad. It's the players that come on that might go on to win the game. There's nothing wrong with being a finisher, and I guess it will be seeing if these players can accept these roles that they're given. Have you noticed any grumpiness around the camp?
No, I haven't. But you know, players are always going to be grumpy if they're not on. But this team, what they're trying to do, and what Thomas Tuchel in particular is trying to do, is make sure that this is a group of unified players. That they're all, you know, they want to win the World Cup together. It doesn't matter, you know, you're always in a tournament going to get 3 or 4 players, particularly you know, the 2 goalkeepers that get taken, that don't play a minute of football, but they're just as integral and important to the group. And I think that's what we need to be focusing on, and that's what Thomas Tuchel certainly is focusing on. He's used the word brotherhood. That's what he wants. He wants a brotherhood, and you're starting to see that. And obviously, you know, any international group of players, these are the pinnacle. That they're used to being starters. You know, if you're talking about England, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, these players start and are the stars for their domestic clubs. So there is always going to be a big name within any of those big international name countries that's going to end up missing out. But you can see it in 2 ways, and this is where the psychology is really important, and it's also where the manager and the support staff within Thomas Tuchel's setup are really important. It's making those players feel just as important as the players that start. And you know, Tony and I have had this conversation for a number of years, Shebahn. The players nowadays, it isn't about the starting 11. I know we all get so fixated on who's going to start the game, but the modern game with 5 substitutes now, it is all about, you know, the collective, and that's important. And that collective is going to be different depending on opposition, and those that come on and make an impact. And we saw it with Cole Palmer in the final against Spain. We just couldn't quite get over the line. The players that can come on and make an impact, they're the ones that could potentially be the heroes and get that winning goal that finally brings us another trophy.
So Faye, you're outside the stadium in Tirana, yeah? Good, because I mean, I was there a long time ago, and it doesn't look like the stadium we played at. I must be honest.
No, well, I have to say, I'm getting Croydon vibes behind me. The way the coloured buildings. I mean, hopefully not around the square, but the coloured buildings are a little bit Croydon-esque. If anyone hails from South London, you'll know exactly what I mean if you've driven through Croydon. But the stadium's been here since 2019, and actually some of our team, Jim Proudfoot included, came here in 2001, and it is very, very different to what it was 24 years ago. It's been open since 2019. Haven't gone inside yet because we arrived in the early hours of this morning, but I'm looking forward to it. It's quite a nice stadium from the outside. Shopping centre as well, so
perfect.
Useful.
It looks like it'd be nice when it's finished.
Faye, go and treat yourself to a wee birthday shopping spree. Get yourself a nap, and then we'll speak to you again tomorrow, all right?
Cheers, Faye. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much. Take care.
Take care.
Guys. See you later.
Happy birthday, our England correspondent Faye Carruthers there. Albania against England live for you here on talkSPORT tomorrow evening. Coming up next on the Weekend Breakfast, it's that time again. Cascarino is on the way.
going to be a bloodbath.
It's one of the fights of the year.
Eubank, I can't wait to smash your head in.
That's why he didn't beat me, and that's why he shall not beat me in November.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino. Some of your headlines were just coming up to 10 to 10 on Saturday morning. Swansea City have held talks with Kim Hellberg, the boss of Swedish top flight side Hammarby, as they seek a replacement for former boss Alan Sheehan. And Newcastle striker Nick Valdemata scored twice as Germany beat Luxembourg in qualifying for the 2026 World Cup. And it's been a very busy week despite no Premier League action, and we have you covered on the website talksport.com. Here's Sean O'Brien with all you need to know.
What's happening on talksport.com, and today we have a Chris Eubank Jr versus Conor Benn 2 special for you. Just scroll down on our homepage and you'll find a whole section dedicated to the highly anticipated rematch, including exclusive interviews from both camps, predictions and tactical analysis from our expert team of writers. You can also relive all the best bits from an action-packed fight week, get all the latest news in our live blog, and have your say on who will emerge victorious in our live poll. That's all over on talksport.com.
Sean O'Brien, thank you very much. All the latest action from the website, everything you need to know. And it's time now for a little bit of this.
Cascarino yes or Cascarino no?
On the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT.
What?
God, we're creative, aren't we? Cascarino yes, Cascarino no. Another feature where we just try and get Cass's answers basically on subjects. Northern Ireland still have a chance to qualify for the World Cup via the playoffs, Cass. Seedings will be taken from the FIFA World Rankings after qualifying has concluded. But as things stand before the final window, that would be one of Italy, Turkey or Poland. The playoff final is an unseeded draw, which means if Northern Ireland can negotiate a tricky away first tie, the final could be at Windsor Park. Did did any of that go into your head there?
Yeah, sort of.
Fair play.
No.
Seeded, unseeded. You've lost me. I can't count to 10. That's too much.
Yeah, well, it's...
So do you think Northern Ireland have a chance to make it to the World Cup next year?
Yeah, of course I've got a chance. I mean, if they can get being seeded, they can have the home leg, can't they? Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good thing for them. You know, you always want to play at home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Chances?
Yeah. Northern Ireland have done brilliantly to just get to where they are now, I feel.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they lost to a late goal, didn't they? Basically. Lost to a really late goal.
Yeah.
In Slovakia.
That's it.
Yeah, and that was a bit of a hammer blow for them, but, you know.
Keep going. Conor Benn is looking for revenge tonight against Chris Eubank Jr. at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Obviously, it's live for you here on talkSPORT. Can Conor Benn finally end the streak and beat Eubank Jr.? Cascarino yes, Cascarino no?
My head tells me that I think Chris Eubank will win again. He's a much bigger man, and I think it's a big ask. It depends to me how much Conor Benn has learnt from the first fight to have a chance. And fair play to him. It was a real ding-dong of a fight, and I expect the same tonight. talkSPORT have got a fantastic boxing bout going on at Spurs.
Absolutely. Do you know, I've got a feeling
Yeah.
Feeling it's going to be Conor Ben.
It's a tight one. Look, when the bookmakers can't separate it by much, it's telling you that there's a lot at stake here.
Yeah. How did any of your children tell you they were having kids? Did you see earlier on in the week when Eubank Jr told Eubank Sr in the press conference that he was having baby twins?
No, I didn't know.
And he went, Rastafari. It was so sweet.
Now, my daughter told me just over a year, nearly 2 years ago now, that she was pregnant.
Did she give you like the little granddad?
Yeah, well, she lives the other side of the world, so it's it's hard when you don't see her. But I did see her last Christmas. We spent all Christmas together, which was lovely with all my kids. We had an amazing Christmas time, and we keep in touch now. So I'm hopefully she's getting married next November or October in Tahiti. So I hopefully can get out there.
Very nice.
Well, I say get out there. I'm going to go.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, you should treat her to that. And also, France play Azerbaijan tomorrow. Kylian Mbappe is 2 goals away from Olivier Giroud's record of all-time goal scorer.
Yeah.
For France, will Mbappe end as France's greatest ever player? When it's all said and done? No.
No, I think he'll end up quite easily the greatest goals. I mean, it's unfair saying that to him because his career is not finished. But Zidane is France's all-time greatest, without a doubt. Zidane is the best player that I've ever seen play for France. I think Platini was close, but Zidane, Henry, they're for me. I would put Henry in front of Mbappe.
Yeah.
Personally.
You got Mbappe or Henry?
No, I put Henry in front of Mbappe. But not for the goal scoring, but his ability as a player. Henry was unreal. But I still say Zidane's France's greatest ever player.
Kylian Mbappe is still 26.
Yeah, I know, and he's got a lot. He could still win. So you could have this conversation in 4 years' time, and he might have a World Cup next summer, and he might have another load of goals, and you go, well, maybe rethink that. But I still think Zidane's the best I've seen for France.
Fair play. Let's talk about some of the internationals. Wales in action. Do you think they can get to the World Cup again, bearing in mind you watched them in 2022?
They've just fell off, haven't they, in recent results?
Yeah.
Just fell away slightly. Craig Bellamy's got to find a way of getting this team back on track. Look, qualifying for tournaments is massive for the nations like Wales, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Republic of Ireland. There's so much opportunity, Shebahn, to qualify for tournaments now. It's hard to miss. You've got to have a really poor time not to make the finals now.
5 o'clock tonight, away to Liechtenstein. Do you think they can get a win?
Yeah, of course they can.
Yeah.
Of course they can.
I'm rooting for Wales on this one as well. That was all. Cascarino, yes, Cascarino on a weekend breakfast here on talkSPORT. But of course, Cass, before we go, the main important bit of the show is this.
We know we ain't no Argentina, but we got Jamaican, and Robo on the wing, no Scotland, no Paul.
Yes, boys, come on. Away to Greece tonight.
Yeah.
A win means it's all to play for at Hampden on Tuesday against Denmark. Are Scotland going to the World Cup? Come on, Cass. Come on, Cass.
Well, I think I think you'll get to the playoff. We've got to see who you're going to get before I say yes or no on that. I've got to know who you're playing.
I think we're going to top the group.
No, you're not. You're not.
There's no Cascarino maybe. It's Cascarino.
Okay, well, I'm telling you not anyway.
You're well out of order. You should have lied to my face. Tony, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Back with you on Weekend Breakfast tomorrow morning from 6. Till then, keep enjoying talkSPORT across the day. The big fight tonight, live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Conor Ben against Chris Eubank at 2. Good luck to the boys tonight out in Greece. Good luck to the Welsh as well. We'll build up to more internationals tomorrow. And the warm-up is on the way next with Max and Charlie.
But we got Jamaican, and Rob Boyd on the wing, no Scotland, no party, Steve Clark starting army.